This is Auburn Women's Soccer, an Auburn IMG Sports Network presentation on WEGL 91.1.
Good afternoon, Auburn. It's Auburn soccer time. I'm J.J. Jackson here with Jared Dillard for a non-conference matchup today between Auburn and the Furman University Paladins. You're listening to WEGL 91.1 FM in conjunction with Auburn IMG Sports Network. We're going to send it to an interview with Coach Hoppe while the national anthem is played. Here's what she had to say pregame. What is Gertrude's status going into today's game?
She's out today. We're optimistic. We're going to get her evaluated on Monday again, but she's definitely out today.
And who do you expect to step up in her absence?
Well, we just like we did in the game on Friday, we slid Casey Ramsey back to midfield, and Taylor Troutman will start up top.
Okay. And on Friday, the offense was really able to explode 4 goals compared to 1 in each of the previous 2 games. What was into that?
We really are just trying to get better game to game, and I thought our offense was really clicking. I thought we were a lot better middle third to final third, and then certainly 2 penalty kicks always help as far as your finishing percentage go.
And then in terms of Furman, stopping Furman, Stephanie DeVita for them has 4 of their 5 goals on the season. What's the key to stopping her?
Well, our whole back line. It's not a situation where we put just one person on her. It's going to be the whole back line, and luckily for us, that's a strength of our team. So, we've scouted her. Our back line's aware, and, we expect them to be just aware of her at all times and do their best to shut them down as a group.
Good luck today, Coach.
All right.
Thank you. That was Coach Karen Hoppe with her pregame thoughts. Auburn is off to a 3-0 start this season for the first time since 2006. The 4th game of that season was an Auburn 2-1 double overtime win over William & Mary. The Tigers are hoping for similar fortunes here today. Auburn is coming off a 4-0 victory over UAB on Friday night. Jared, what are your thoughts going into the game today?
Well, first of all, JJ, thanks. I am glad to be out here with you to call this Auburn soccer game. Auburn soccer is number 16 in the nation. Furman is coming off a win against North Greenville 2-0. Furman, look, they're 2-1, but they have a big win over Oklahoma, a 2-1 win in double overtime in front of 2,000 people. Even though they're not ranked, watch out for the Furman team. They're not here to play soccer. They're here to have a fight. This is going to be a very good game, and you have to watch out for Stephanie DeVita. Just like you told Karen Hoppe in the pregame interview, she has 4 of the 5 goals. She has 10 shots, which leads the team. She's going to be the impact player for Furman, and like Coach Hoppe said, that whole back line is going to be zoned in on her. Absolutely. It's definitely going to take defense by committee, as they say, for Auburn to stop Stephanie DeVita and her goal production this season. Jared, let's run through Furman's starting lineup. For Furman, starting with their goalkeeper, 00 Rose Hole. At defender, number 5, Claire Sullivan. Also at defender, number 6, Molly DeWire. Defender, number 7, Kristen Baker. Defender, number 9, Emily Gray. At forward, number 13, Carly Couch. At midfielder, number 14, Rachel Shaw. Also at midfielder, number 16, Shannon Williams. At forward, number 19, Stephanie DeVita. Also at forward, number 22, Jamie Alexander. And lastly, at midfielder, number 27, Virginia Poe. And for your Auburn Tigers, a 4-3-3 formation is what Coach Karen Hoppe is going with for this non-conference matchup. That back line of defense, number 3, Kiana Clark, 4, Kayla Faulkner, 7, Hannah Alsbach, and number 12, Samantha Solaru. The 3 midfielders, number 8, Courtney Shell, and then it's the 2 sisters from Plano, Texas, number 23, Brooke Ramsier, and number 24, Casey Ramsier. They both have 2 goals each on the season. And then those 3 forwards starting today for the Auburn Tigers, number 13, Ellie Leak, number 17, Taylor Troutman, and number 22, Logan Beal. Jared, you talked in pregame a lot about Stephanie DeVita, her 4, scoring 4 of Furman's 5 goals this season. Jamie Alexander, the forward that has that other goal for this Furman team. Sarah LeBeau in the Auburn defense has not allowed a goal to be scored this season.
Who are your impact players and players to watch out for Auburn today?
Well, first, let me start on the offensive. Casey Ramzier coming in for Haley Gherkin as she is out. Casey Ramzier had 2 goals against UAB. Watch for her to be an impact player along with her sister, Brooke Ramzier. On the defensive side, I have Auburn's Sarah LeBeau, redshirt freshman goalkeeper. She had 9 saves versus UAB last Friday. Look for her to keep that streak going. It's going to be hard for Furman to score tonight.
Oh, certainly. Auburn has to be pleased with the production that they've got in net with Sarah LeBeau. Preseason, it was definitely a 2-man battle between her and Elise Scott. Elise Scott, the redshirt junior out of Marietta, Georgia, who started every single game for the Tigers last season. But Sarah LeBeau, based on her production, has taken over and started that first game and will start tonight in net for Auburn. We're about 2.5 minutes away from kickoff here. Jared, it's such an honor to be calling this game for you.
It's also an honor for me to be calling the game with you, but man, it is hot out here. We were here 2 hours before the game, sweating profusely. I'm glad we got water out here. I know Albie has to be hot. The girls out here, it's gonna be a hot game today. Definitely.
We are very humid, very hot. We both have our sunglasses on outside here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex, trying to do our best to see what Auburn has in store today and keep up with all the action going on. The team just ran over and threw T-shirts into the stands. This Auburn crowd, a good crowd for a Sunday afternoon here. Looking forward to a great game.
And hopefully, it being hot out here, these girls have to stay hydrated. They cannot afford to have a player go down with a cramp or injury today, as Haley Gherkin is already out.
Absolutely. Haley Gherkin got injured in the first 5 minutes of that UAB game. Coach Karen Hoppe said she'll be reevaluated tomorrow, but definitely out today. It is a good thing, however, that Auburn loves to sub in multiple players and keep the legs fresh. And with this heat and humidity, it's something to watch out for. Last night in the Auburn area, severe thunderstorms were present. The field was flooded, but the crew did a good job getting this field ready to play, and we're ready to kick off. Both teams are taking the field as we speak right now, huddling up.
Man, it's really exciting to see the girls come out here. Number 16th in the nation. Man, aren't you just ready for this game?
I'm so ready. So ready. That Furman team, as you said, 2-1 on the season. They started off their season with that double overtime victory over Oklahoma, and then 2 days later they lost to Northeastern 3-1. But this Friday night they came back and had a 2-0 win over North Greenville. It's that time, kickoff time. Auburn soccer versus Furman.
And the Furman players break, go into their positions. Auburn's still in the huddle, getting as pumped as they can for this game. They got to come out and they got to start shooting. That's what they do best. They're going to score goals, and Furman knows that. So hopefully those Furman girls playing defender are ready for that onslaught.
Number 22, Jamie Alexander, and number 13, Carly Couch, are currently at the midfield circle ready to start play in today's Sunday afternoon contest. Referees check. We're ready to go. It's soccer time here in Auburn. Furman starts it off playing it back. Number 9 boots it forward for Furman. Kayla Faulkner is there and stops it. It rolls into the hands of Sarah LeBeau, her first action of the game. Sarah LeBeau with the ball, sliding over, trying to decide what she wants to do. It's a punt that travels across midfield, headed back by Furman. Ellie Leak is in the mix there trying to fight for possession. She kicks that ball out of bounds. A Furman throw-in coming. Jared, what are you expecting to see to start off here for this Auburn team? A fast start, trying to see what Furman has. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think Furman's going to come out of the gates firing. They know what Auburn has offensively. So as you saw, the first kick all the way downfield, all the way to our goalkeeper, Sarah LeBeau. I think Auburn's going to have to settle in. They're going to get the ball. As you see, they're going down the field right now.
Courtney Shell passes over to Samantha Solaru. Samantha, they're going from our right to the left. She crosses the ball into the midfield. Ellie Leak with the touch just inside. Saved by Rose Hull. Rose Hull with the hand save. Beautiful cross there by Samantha Solaru. Ellie Leak was unable to knock that one in.
Rose Hall's going to be a big part of this Furman defense tonight.
Absolutely. Goalkeepers have to be on the lookout for this Auburn team, a team that scored 4 goals Friday night. They started off the season in a trip out west, 2 games in California against UC Irvine and Long Beach State, only scoring 1 goal each. Karen Hopper going into that game, offense was something that they wanted to improve on, and they certainly did that. Looking forward to hopefully seeing a ton of more Auburn goals here today. 0-0 our score here, 2 minutes into action. Number 13, Carly Crouch, making a goal across the right side, hoping for a pass. Unable to do so, the ball rolls to the feet of Sarah LeBeau, excuse me. Sarah LeBeau chooses to pick it up, looking to set something up, and she'll punt it from inside her goalie box. Taylor Troutman in the action just got her first touch of the day. She's starting in place of Haley Gherkin, who, as we said pregame, is injured and out for today's contest. Kayla Faulkner back to Kiana Clark. Kicks it ahead. Logan Beal has a touch now. Back to Hannah Alsbach. Auburn just now crossing the midfield.
And Furman playing really tough defense on Auburn. Auburn will only be able to get the ball past midfield about twice, even with the slide. Auburn still has the ball.
Number 17, Taylor Troutman, working along the left sideline, trying to get by. Unable to do so, stopped by the Furman defense. Furman with the ball now. Defender Molly Dwyer controlling in the back third for Furman. She passes it back to Rose Hall. Rose Hall kicks it forward.
Carly Couch for Furman, number 13, has been all over the Auburn offense. She's going to be a big part of the Furman defense as well today.
Offsides is whistled. Furman offsides. Kayla Faulkner will walk over, and she's ready to take the free kick. Kayla Faulkner plays it back to Kiana Clark. Kiana Clark looking to start Auburn's offense. Jared, that was a good point. You've seen these first 4 minutes of play. We've just seen the ball going back and forth across the midfield. Only the one Auburn possession that got close, that Samantha Solaroo cross to Ellie Leak, that ended up in the hands of Furman goalkeeper Rose Hall.
And when Auburn has the ball in offense, they're trying to go get that goal. It's just a swarm, a wave of Furman players coming crashing down on them. It's going to be hard for Auburn to find openings to get the ball downfield to score these goals. And there goes Auburn down the field, but
into the hands of Furman goalkeeper Rose Hall. Definitely, it's interesting to see Auburn attacking Rose Hall. Head coach for Furman, Andrew Burr, has kind of had a goalie by committee system working here. All 3 of his goalkeepers have gotten action so far this season. Rose Hall, Maggie Gristle, and Allie Cutler have all been in the action, getting time in net. Rose Hall getting the majority of that time, but he's trying to see which goalie is working out best for him.
And Rose Hall, she's played 182 minutes. She has 13 saves on the season, and her save percentage is .812. That is really good for her. So hopefully, against this Auburn offense that just came off a 4-0 win against UAB, man, Rose Hall is going to have her plate filled today.
Ball going back across midfield. Samantha Solaroo with the steal. She's traveling upfield looking for a pass. Through ball to Ellie Leak. Ellie Leak shoots. Diving save by Rose Hall, who then jumps on the ball. Another pass there from Samantha Solaroo to Ellie Leak. They definitely have a connection going. Oh, Jared, I thought that one could have been a goal there.
It was looking like it to pass through. Man, Rose Hall, she's got to be a straight-up baller today for Furman.
6 minutes into the action here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Our score is still 0-0. You're listening to J.J. Jackson and Jared Dillard on the call, WEGL 91.1 FM, in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network. Furman with the ball now on their attacking half of the field. Stephanie DeVita passes it over to her teammate Jamie Alexander. Stephanie DeVita gets the ball back. She's traveling down that far left sideline with the ball. Hannah Alsbach right in her face defending. Nice defensive play there by Brooke Ramsier, number 23. She scored a penalty kick goal on Friday night against UAB, and she had that double overtime winner against Long Beach State. A long pass ahead. Taylor Troutman unable to get it Rose Hole with the play back to the midfield, but not out of danger. Brooke Ramsier over to Ellie Leak. Ellie Leak in the center of the field now passes it back to Courtney Schell. Courtney Schell with the cross, through ball up into the hands of Rose Hole. Jared, Auburn's definitely trying to get action going here at the start, unable to just get a goal so far.
Well, the good thing for them is that Furman, after that opening where they got the ball down to our goalie, Sarah LeBeau, have been unable to get the ball within the goalie box.
Hannah Alsbach passes it just across the midfield line to Logan Beal. Auburn trying to get that offense started, trying to find a way to score a goal. Forward for Furman, defender for Furman, Kristen Baker with the ball now. Stolen, however, by Samantha Solaroo. Samantha Solaroo and Brooke Ramsier passed the ball back a number of times there. Auburn on the attack now. Pass up the left sideline. Kayla Faulkner right in front of us. Driving in, looking for a cross. She has Casey Ramsier in the box. Unable to do so. Cross blocked by Furman defender. It'll be an Auburn corner kick, the first corner kick of the day. Auburn has been very successful so far in the preseason and regular season on the corner kick, and this is a great opportunity for them to score here.
Oh, yes, it is, and the crowd is getting into it. The stadium is starting to rumble.
The corner kick is happening to our left. Brooke Ramsier will be taking the corner kick for the Auburn Tigers. Samantha Solaroo puts it in front of the net. It's a high ball, backside of the post. Casey Ramsier over there trying to grab that ball. Far right side of the field, crosses it in now, in front of Rose Hole. Kayla Faulkner with the header over the bar, unable to knock that one into the net. That was a good opportunity there by Auburn. I like what I saw there on that corner kick, Jared.
Well, you know, Auburn already has 2 shots on goal. They're going to have a lot more today. Don't be surprised if you're going to see more corner kicks. And Brooke and Casey Ramsier trying to make some plays out there.
Definitely. Playing together their entire lives, you can definitely tell they have a connection. They know where each other is going to be, and that's so important in running an offense on soccer, knowing where your teammates are going to be, and it doesn't hurt that they're twin sisters and have played together their entire lives.
You got to think, they must have a sibling rivalry going on there. Who can score the most goals for Auburn this year?
And right now they're currently tied up 2-2. That's exactly right, Jared. Hannah Alsbach crosses it in. Rose Hole over her head. It's a goal. Hannah Alsbach from outside of the box trying to cross it in. Rose Hole had a hand on it. Tips past her fingers into the net. Auburn 1, Furman nothing. 36 minutes to play. What a shot there by Hannah Alsbach, Jared.
Man, that one from almost midfield got it into the goal. Man, that was a shot that, man, I'm not even sure what to say right now.
Jared, that caught us off guard. We definitely thought Hannah Alsbach was trying to cross the end of the box. She had both Ramsier twins waiting there for the ball, but it kept traveling back towards the net, knocked off Rose Hole's fingers, and into the net for an Auburn goal, 1-0, 36 minutes to play here in the first half.
And like you said, Rose Hole had her hands on it. She could have stopped it. Those are the kind of mistakes she cannot make in this game.
Absolutely. Auburn on the attack once again. Samantha Solaroo trying to get the offense started. However, she kicks it out of bounds. A Furman throw-in coming. It's Kristen Baker throwing it in for the Paladins.
And Furman has to figure out something. They can't let Auburn make those kind of goals.
Auburn with the steal. Ellie Leak in the middle of the field trying to start an offense. What a pass. Brooke Ramsier trying to find her twin sister, Casey, just out of the reach and into the arms of Rose Hole. Sarah LeBeau got action within the first 10 seconds of the game, Jared, but she has not seen the ball since.
The way that the Auburn defense is playing, Sarah LeBeau can pull up a chair and just wait out the rest of this game because Furman is not getting close to her.
I would have to agree with you. Auburn definitely dominated possession. Logan Beal has the ball in front of the net, past Rose Hole. Rose Hole is out of the play. She finally finds her way back into the net. Shot wide. It'll be a goal kick.
Just like I said a few seconds ago, Rose Hole cannot make those type of errors.
Brooke Ramsier crossed the ball upfield to Logan Beal. Rose Hole tried to come up and grab that ball, but Logan Beal was able to get out of the way of her, unable to score, though. What an opportunity there.
What an opportunity indeed.
Rose Hole goal kick now coming. Furman now has it on their half of the field. Stephanie Levita chasing the ball. It rolls out of bounds. It'll be an Auburn throw-in. Samantha Solaru right in front of our broadcast booth, throwing it in. Tosses it to Brooke Ramsier. Brooke Ramsier looking upfield, about to cross midfield. Auburn trying to start the offense once again, looking to grab another goal. Just tuning in, 34 minutes to play now here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Your score, Auburn 1, Furman nothing on a Hannah Allsback goal. Rose Hull comes out and makes a great save there. Ellie Leak with the ball now in the midfield. Pass forward. Diving save made by Rose Hull.
And that Furman defense is looking like it's already starting to crumble. They're letting too many open shots over to Rose Hull.
No doubt there. Rose Hull now with a goal kick.
We're only 12 minutes into the game, and Auburn already has 4 shots on goal.
Nice defensive play there by Brooke Ramsier. She knocks the ball out of bounds. It will be a Furman throw-in. Once again, Kristen Baker for Furman will be throwing the ball in. Looking for someone to throw it to. Clearly frustrated, trying to find an open teammate. She passes ahead to Jamie Alexander. Jamie Alexander with the head. Ellie Leak is there to steal the ball. Ball in the midfield now. She passes it over, unable to find her open teammate. Molly Dwyer able to make the stop there.
And Stephanie DeVita, Furman's most valuable player by far this season, has been a non-factor today. She has not seen the ball as much as she would want to today.
I agree with you there, Jared, for sure. This is a Furman team that loves the leadership they've gotten so far this season out of Stephanie DeVita and Jamie Alexander, those scoring forwards that they have. A Furman team that went 13-4-2 last season. The last time these two teams played was a year ago today. Auburn won that game 2-1, August 24, 2014. That game was played in Greenville, South Carolina at the Stone Stadium there on Furman's campus. Ellie Leak with the ball now in the midfield, passes over to Courtney Shell. Courtney Shell looking to start the offense, traveling further away to the far right side of the field. She passes it down to Logan Beal. Beal back to Shell. Shell looking for Allsbach. Allsbach, top of the box now, looking to cross it in. Cross right into the hands of Rose Hull. Rose Hull getting a lot of action here in the first 15 minutes of our game today, Jared.
Yes, Rose Hull, she's getting assaulted out there with all those shots on goal. 5 already with 31 minutes left in the first half.
Allsbach back to Faulkner now. Kayla Faulkner and Auburn's defense trying to start the offense. Up ahead to Brooke. Brooke with the cross out of the reach. Logan Beal tried to chase that one down, but Rose Hull was there to stop it. 1-0 our score here. It was a Hannah Allsbach goal earlier in the first half. 14 minutes to play. 14 minutes played so far. 31 minutes left on the clock in the first half here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. I'm J.J. Jackson, joined with Jared Dillard, WEGL 91.1 FM, in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network.
Furman has to get some sort of offense going if they want to keep over Auburn. This 1-0 score is not going to stay like this for long, the way Auburn's playing their offense.
The past couple of minutes here, we've seen Molly Dwyer, Kristen Baker, and the Furman defense passing the ball back and forth between Rose Hull, the goalkeeper, trying to find a way to start some offense. Logan Beal has the ball on the far right side of the field. However, the official says that she was out of bounds when she caught that ball. Speaking of officials, our officials today, Esteban Erdo, Wes Williams, and Veronica Brito will be officiating today's contest. Samantha Solaru with the ball now, crossing midfield. She and Ellie Leak have definitely had a connection so far today. She passes it wide. Taylor Troutman coming in, far right left corner of the box, crosses it in. Sliding save there by Molly Dwyer. Auburn corner kick coming. The second corner kick today for the Auburn Tigers.
And that's something Furman wants to have less of. You do not want Auburn corner kicks, and Auburn will find a way to get it in the goal.
Absolutely.
Today.
Brooke Ramsier will take the corner kick. Samantha Solaru in the near post. Logan Beal standing directly in front of Rose Hull. Kayla Faulkner coming in. The cross comes in. off the head of Samantha Solaru over the net. Unable to find a goal there, but you have to love the offense Auburn's running right now, getting multiple opportunities on these corner kicks and chances to score.
Auburn's offense is doing great, but also their defense. Sarah LeBeau, she still might as well just pull up that chair and take a break. You know, she might as well just go ahead and go to the dugout and just take a break because Furman has been non-existent on offense. And last time I checked, to win a soccer game, you got to score some goals.
Absolutely. The rules definitely have not changed, Jared. They need to score goals to win. Number 13, Carly Couch, throwing it in now for the Furman. Furman has finally crossed their half of the field, looking to get offense started. But, of course, Kayla Faulkner, the star of that Auburn defense, was able to stop that ball, knock it out of play, and another Furman throw-in coming.
And as you see Stephanie DeVita, number 19 for Furman, in the midfield, in the middle of the field. She is stalking around. She's looking for that chance to make that goal to tie this game up.
We've got a foul called on Furman. Brooke Ramsier will get the free kick here. She chooses not to take it, actually, and Kayla Faulkner is addressing the ball. Sitting on the SEC logo on Auburn's field, she passes it over to Kiana Clark, and Auburn has started play once again. 27 minutes to play here in the first half. Our score, Auburn 1, Furman nothing. It was a Hannah Allsbach first half goal that gave the Tigers this 1-0 advantage. Samantha Solar looking for a teammate now, crosses it in. Just past Casey Ramsier. Ellie Leak with the ball, takes a shot, but Furman's defense is there to stop it. Courtney Shell with the ball now in the midfield. Back to Kayla Faulkner. Kayla Faulkner on the Auburn logo at midfield, trying to restart Auburn's offense. Kiana Clark with the ball now. Cross inside to Ellie Leak. Ellie Leak tried to back heel that over to Casey Ramsier, was unable to do so. Samantha Solaroo with the ball now on the far left side of the field. Samantha Solaroo in the box now, trying to cross it in and find a teammate. Just off the foot of Taylor Troutman, wide. That was a great opportunity to score there. She had the inside lane, passed it back to Taylor Troutman. Jared, and Troutman was unable to put that ball in the net.
They just couldn't connect, but they're keeping the pressure on. That is 8 shots on goal already, and we're only about halfway through the first half.
Hannah Allsbach with the ball now off after Rose Hull's goal kick. Over to Casey Ramsier. Casey back to Kayla Faulkner. Kayla Faulkner wearing the captain's band once again for this Auburn team. Taylor Troutman has the ball now on the attack. Just outside the box. Passes it inside to Ellie Leak. Ellie Leak unable to corral that ball. Kayla Faulkner now with the ball. Back over to Taylor Troutman. Taylor Troutman trying to start offense for this Auburn team. Inside, Casey Ramsier with the header just past the goalpost. It's back behind the net. It'll be a Rose Hole goal kick coming for Furman.
Every time Furman clears the ball, Auburn's just coming back in hard. You just can't shake Auburn. They're just like that crazy ex-lover.
And Jared, what do you think about Furman's offense unable to get started here? Not able to get a lot of possession. Auburn definitely on the attack.
Well, Furman's offense, I wouldn't even really call it an offense. Like, they can't even get across midfield barely. Sarah LeBeau, she's probably already back on the team bus just waiting for the game to end because she's doing her job. She's keeping the goal.
And as you said that, Taylor Troutman with the steal inside the box tries to cross it back in just over the goal post. Rose Hull will have yet another goal kick here in the first half for Auburn. 25 minutes to play in the first half. Auburn 1, Furman nothing. WEGL 91.1 FM in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network. I'm JJ Jackson, joined today with Jared Dillard here at Auburn University Soccer Complex.
At this point, Sarah LeBeau is getting a tan out there.
Solaroo passes it in now to Logan Beal. We've got an injury timeout on the field. It looks to be Furman defender Molly Dwyer, who is now jogging over to the Furman bench.
Yeah. I really couldn't capture what happened, but she's walking off, so it looks like she'll be okay.
I don't know if it's a cramp, Jared, as you said, but now the Furman coaches are over there talking to Molly Dwyer both teams are kind of circling up, huddling, trying to game plan here in this situation.
And they're looking at that left leg. It could possibly be a cramp. It is humid. It is hot out there, and these players have to make sure they stay hydrated.
It looks to me, Jared, to be hard to read their jersey numbers, but it looks to be number 2, Stephanie Arrington, a freshman defender out of Florida, coming in for this Furman defense. Molly Dwyer has officially sat down on Furman's team bench. The refs are holding their hands up, and Solaru will throw the ball into play once again. Excuse me, it was Hannah Fruits who came in for that Furman defense. She is also a freshman out of Georgia. Solaru plays it into Leak. Leak then passes it back to Kiana Clark. Kiana Clark standing on Auburn's midfield logo up ahead to Brooke Ramsier. Brooke Ramsier crosses it in. Furman's defense is there to stop the play. Number 22, Jamie Alexander with the head on the ball. She has the ball crossing midfield. Plays it over to her teammate there on the far left side of the field. Looks to be Stephanie DeVita. DeVita back to Kristen Baker. Baker with the ball now on the far left side midfield.
Furman trying to find some offense here on this Auburn defense.
Absolutely, Jared. This is the first chance that they've had to try to set up their offense. Auburn defense trying to respond. DeVita with the ball now. She plays it back to number 15, Sannins Williams. Back to DeVita. DeVita with the ball now. Ellie Leak defending. Kiana Clark and Kristen Baker kind of collided there on the play. The ball rolls harmlessly out of play. It'll be an Auburn throw incoming.
And Auburn already with 9 shots on goal. Friday against UAB, they had 20 total. We're barely over the halfway point in the first half, and they're already about to have 10.
Definitely, the Auburn offense has been a storyline to watch here in the first half. Several shots. Furman not credited with the shots so far this game.
The way Auburn's defense is playing, and Sarah LeBeau finally getting some work in.
You're right there, Jared. Number 9, Emily Graves, a defender, tried to play that ball into the box, right into the hands of Sarah LeBeau. However, Allsbach with the ball now crossing midfield. She passes it ahead to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier with the move behind her back. Up, shot on goal, just over the top left corner of that goalpost.
And there goes Auburn with their 10th shot on goal. That's going to be big.
Kristen Dotson now being subbed in for the Auburn Tigers. Taylor Troutman will get a chance to rest here.
And it's interesting to point out Kristen Dotson last year when they played Furman. Kristen Dotson had the second goal of the night. That second goal gave Auburn the win 2-1 over Furman.
Definitely. Playing against Furman, Kristen Dotson had to sit out those first 2 games in California due to an injury, so the team is definitely glad to have her back out there with them. Kayla Faulkner with the ball now. Ball falls out of bounds. Logan Beal now on our side of the field has the ball looking to throw it in. Ellie Leak plays it back to Samantha Solaru. Auburn looking to start their offense. Solaru up ahead. Out of play. Another Auburn throw-in coming.
Auburn just putting the pressure on Furman's offense.
Kayla Faulkner with the ball back over to Kiana Clark. Clark trying to start something for the Auburn Tigers over to Hannah Allsbach. Allsbach now in the midfield over to Brooke Ramsier. Brooke Ramsier swings it over to Ellie Leak. Ellie Leak trying to make something happen here with the ball. Turnover move there. Casey Ramsier with the header now. Plays it back to her twin sister, Brooke. Brooke up ahead. Samantha Solaru coming in on the far left side. Solaru with the touch, looking to cross it into an Auburn teammate. She does so. Stopped and defended there by Kristen Baker. Baker up ahead. Into the feet of Jamie Alexander. Alexander trying to start something now for Furman. She doesn't have any teammates up ahead with her. Instead, Hannah Alsbach is there to make the steal.
Stephanie DeVita just up there by herself for this Furman offense when they try to clear the ball. She has been a non-factor today for Auburn.
Casey Ramsey with the ball now. Takes a shot on goal wide over the top of the goalpost. Rose Hole will have yet another goal kick coming.
Rose Hole, after that first Auburn score, she's doing very, very well. She's settling in. She's not making those errors anymore.
You're definitely right there, Jared.
If she can keep this up and Furman can get the offense going, we may see a more competitive game, especially in the second half. But they got to get past Sarah LeBeau.
Number 13, Carly Crouch with the ball now. Plays it ahead. Kiana Clark is there to make the steal, looking to start something for Auburn. 19 minutes to play here in the first half. It's Auburn 1, Furman nothing. It was a Hannah Alsbach first half goal earlier that gave the Tigers that 1-0 advantage. Courtney Shell with the ball at the top of the box, trying to start something for the Tigers. Plays it ahead, stolen by Kristen Baker. Kristen Baker has been all over the field for this Furman defense, Jared.
Like I said in the pregame, Furman's going to show up not for a soccer game, but for a fight.
Kayla Faulkner trying to start something now. She takes a shot, diving save made by Rose Hole. Kayla Faulkner came all the way up inside the box, tried to start something for the Auburn offense, took a shot. It was a diving save by Rose Hole, and now Kayla Faulkner has to make the long run back to her position as a defender.
Rose Hole being the field general for Furman today.
The ball is out of play. Furman throw-in coming. It looks to be number 9 for Furman, Emily Graves, that will throw the ball in for the Paladins. Up ahead, stolen by Samantha Solaru. Solaru tried to slide. Her foot seemed to roll over the ball. She's laying on the field. Play still going on. Solaru seems to be in a lot of pain. Hopefully it's nothing serious, Jared. It looked like her ankle got caught under the ball there.
And that's never good, those ankles. You don't want
Kayla Faulkner with a steal. Very aggressive steal, that is. The officials are now calling time, running over to Samantha Solaru, trying to see what's going on. Auburn training staff also running from the Auburn bench across the field to tend to Samantha Solaru.
This is not what Auburn wants to see. They've already had a couple of injuries this season.
You're right. Kristen Dotson had to miss those first 2 games out in California, and then Haley Gherkin was injured in the first 5 minutes of that UAB game. She is out today. More Auburn trainers are running over and tending to Samantha Solaru. Jared, it looked like she tried to get on top of the ball there, but her ankle just rolled over. I hope it's nothing too serious.
Well, you know, I've played a couple of years of soccer, and when you roll that ankle, it hurts. It could be a small sprain, but it could possibly be worse than that, and we're hoping for Samantha Solaru it is not that.
Definitely something to watch out for as this game continues. Samantha Solaru has been all over the place today for that Auburn offense, defender that likes to play up in the box. She and Ellie Leak had a good connection going on there to start the game. Head coach Karen Hoppe is now across the field talking to Samantha Solaru.
She's been a good, solid player for the Auburn defense.
Round of applause from the Auburn crowd here as Samantha Solaru now has her arms across the shoulders of 2 Auburn trainers walking off the field and back to be tended to.
And it looks like Sarah LeBeau is going to get some work in as Furman's going to take the kick.
Coach Karen Hoppe now has to decide who she wants to sub in for Solaru. It looks to be number 25, Sophie Samantle. It is indeed Sophie Samantle that comes in to replace Samantha Solaru. Officials are trying to start playback, waiting for the whistle to be blown. 18 minutes to play here in the first half. Samantha Solaru just had to leave with what appeared to be an ankle injury. 1-0 our score. Auburn has that 1-goal advantage off of a Hannah Allspach goal.
And it looks like Furman's going to get the corner kick, their first corner kick of the game.
You're exactly right, Jared. Defender Kristen Baker will be taking the corner kick for Furman here to our right.
And Furman starting to try to put pressure on Auburn.
The corner kick was far across the backside of the post, off the head of Kiana Clark, out of play. Looks to be like another corner kick is about to happen. Kristen Baker trotting across to the other side of the field now to take the corner kick for the Paladins.
And still, Stephanie DeVita. She's stalking around up there right next to the goal.
Furman has several players in front of the goal. You know, Jared, a lot of times you'll see them with their players starting out outside of the box and then choosing to run in and try to get ahead on the ball. But Furman has everybody there ready to try to score this goal. The ball's played inside, just wide, off the head of Jamie Alexander. Number 22, that senior forward for the Paladins, Sarah LeBeau, will have a goal kick coming.
And Auburn down there, Furman, down there on Auburn side of the field, is able to get 2 shots on goal to get the total of 3. Auburn still with 12 shots, overwhelming the Furman defense.
Number 10, Ashton Brock has come on for the Auburn Tigers. Ellie Leak, number 13, will get a rest. LeBeau plays it ahead. Ashton Brock with her first play of the day. She has a header on it back to Sophie Samantel. Up ahead to Kristen Dodson. Kristen Dodson with a shot. Oh, just wide. Rose Hull came all the way out, tried to dive on the ball. Kristen Dodson was able to shoot it just past her arms. The ball rolled and it seemed to be going in, but just past that left goalpost, Jared. What an opportunity there for the Auburn Tigers.
And Rose Hull probably doing her Hail Marys as that ball should have went in. That's one of the errors that she cannot make. Going down 2-0 on Auburn, number 16th in the nation, that's not something you want to do, especially when you're playing in their house.
Abby Meadows has come in now to replace Logan Beal. Abby Meadows, the freshman forward out of Auburn, Alabama. Rose Hull kicks it ahead. Kristen Dodson tried to get a header on that one. The officials blow their whistle. Seems to be a foul on Kristen Dodson, and Furman will have a free kick coming. 15 minutes to play here in the first half. It's Auburn 1, Furman nothing. You're listening to WEGL 91.1 FM in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network. I'm JJ Jackson, and joined alongside me is Jared Dillard here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. And Kristen Dodson with the ball now crossing midfield, looking to start an offense. She has Ashton Brock and Casey Ramsey ahead of her, decides to keep it herself instead, looking to cross one in off the back of a Furman defender. She still has possession now, back to Hannah Allspach. Allspach with the goal earlier in the first half. Furman makes a defensive stop, kicks it up ahead to midfield, trying to clear the ball, but Kayla Faulkner, of course, is there to stop that.
Every time Furman clears, Auburn's right back on it, pushing it toward Rose Hull.
Definitely. You can see Auburn push their back line of defense up into Auburn's attacking zone, stopping any chance for Furman to try to clear that ball. Samantha with the ball right in front of us, trying to start something. Over to Brooke Ramsier, plays it back over to Samantha. Samantha has Abby Meadows up ahead, tries to cross it, but Kristen Baker's there to make the stop. Foul called on Abby Meadows.
Auburn's looking solid all throughout the first half of this game. Their defense has been stout, and their offense has been flying all over the place.
If you're just now joining us, our score once again, Auburn 1, Furman nothing. Hannah Allspach had the goal for the Tigers earlier in the first half. We have 14 minutes to play here in the first half. Ashton Brock now, cross midfield for the Tigers, plays it up ahead. Furman's defense is there to stop it. Hannah Allspach with the steal now, up ahead to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier in front of the SEC logo on Auburn's side of the field. Tries to make a play there. Whistle blowed. Foul called. Looks to be Brooke Ramsier looking out for her sister Casey. Just barreled over a Furman defender. Whistle blowed, foul called, and Furman has a free kick coming, Jared.
I think Brooke Ramsier forgot what sport she was playing because she looked like an Auburn football player out there. I know she's excited for Auburn to kick off the season against Louisville, but She doesn't go play soccer today.
You're exactly right, Jared. Football is not the sport being played here. Soccer is what we are calling. LeBeau up to Samantle. Samantle now looking to start something for Auburn's offense. Step over move. Back over to Courtney Shell. Shell now with the ball in the middle of the field. Up ahead to Ashton Brock. Brock to the far right side of the field. Passes over to Kristen Dotson. Dotson looking to start something now. Dotson across midfield inside the box. Save made by Rose Hull. Tried to find Casey Ramsier there. Unable to do so.
And Casey Ramsier was chomping at the bits, looking for that shot on the goal, but Rose Hull was there to save it for Furman.
Kristen Dotson, the 5'3" forward out of Illinois. Jared, she may be small, but she is certainly shifty and trying to start something for this Auburn offense.
And on top of that, she is quick. Just coming in, she has been flying all over the place.
Definitely trying to bring energy for this Auburn offense. A team that got a goal early, about 9 minutes into the action here, and has yet to score another goal.
They have yet to score, but man, they're finding a lot of opportunities to find another goal.
Brooke Ramsier with the takeaway now. She has the ball crossing midfield, plays it over to Courtney Shell. Shell with the ball now up ahead, looking for Casey Ramsier. Ramsier with the ball just inside the box. Out of play. Auburn corner kick coming, their third of the day. Jared, this is an opportunity definitely for the Auburn Tigers.
Oh, yes. They already have 13 shots on goal. This is going to be their third corner kick. You have to think, they keep getting these corner kicks, they're eventually going to score. This score is going to be 2-0, and Furman's going to find themselves in a hole that they may not be able to dig out of.
Brooke Ramsier will take the corner kick for the Tigers. She took the previous two. She now goes 3 for 3 in terms of taking the corner kick. She's addressing the ball, looking to start something. Sophie Samantle in front of Rose Hull, near post. Ball played inside. Kayla Faulkner trying to get a foot on it. Casey Ramsier with the ball. Takes a shot. What a save! Save made by Kristen Baker. Rose Hull had come out of the goal, Jared, and Kristen Baker did a split, it seemed, to stop the ball from scoring. That's twice now we've seen Rose Hull go out of the box, put herself out of position, and try to make a save. Unfortunately, Auburn has not been able to execute on those opportunities.
Kristen Baker showing off her dance moves on the Furman side. Man, that's what. I wasn't expecting that. But it was a good save by Kristen Baker.
Hannah Alsbach with the ball now, looking to start something for Auburn's offense. Stephanie DeVita has been very quiet so far for this Furman team. Jared, we talked about her in the pregame. This Furman team just has 3 shots. I don't know that Stephanie DeVita has taken one of those 3. She scored 4 of the 5 goals so far this season for that Furman team. The senior forward has been unable to have a lot of action tonight.
Stephanie DeVita not being very productive today for Furman. They're having a hard time trying to get the ball to her.
And that's something Karen Hoppe talked about in the pregame, trying to find a way to stop Stephanie DeVita, someone who has been playing very well, the senior forward out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. Kiana Clark with the ball now over to Abby Meadows. Meadows with the ball right in front of our broadcast booth, just now crossing midfield. Plays it ahead, looking for Ashton Brock, unable to do so. The ball rolls into the arms of Rose Hull.
And with under 10 minutes to go in the first half, Furman, they have to find some sort of offense to get going.
Definitely. You want to be very energized going into halftime, have something, good momentum going in so that you can start the second half off strong.
Their defense still showing cracks.
Ashton Brock with the steal now just outside of the box. She has the ball, takes a shot on goal, just wide. Looking to score inside that far right post, unable to do so. The ball rolls just wide of the goal. Rose Hull has a goal kick coming.
And Casey Ramsier was in the middle looking for that crossover, and she has to be kicking herself. Only if I was a little bit closer, she's probably thinking right now.
8.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Our score, Auburn 1, Furman nothing. WEGL 91-1 in conjunction with the Auburn Sports Network.
And the fans starting to get riled up for the Auburn offense.
Sophie Samantle now with the ball for Auburn. Plays it ahead to Ashton Brock. Brock unable to get a foot on it. Furman's defense has been solid since that goal happened earlier in the first half. Kristen Baker and Molly Dwyer and the likes, Emily Graves, have been all over the field for Furman's defense.
Furman, they're getting spread out by this Auburn offense.
Kayla Faulkner now with the ball on Auburn's half of the field, trying to start something for this Auburn Tigers offense. The defender coming all the way up. She now walks back towards the center circle. Allsbach with a shot. Diving save made. Casey Ramsey with the shot just wide.
Rose Hole making a great save for Furman.
Hannah Allsbach took a shot, Jared, from outside of the box, looking to have similar fortunes that she had earlier in the first half, unable to do so. What a shot, what a play by Hannah Allsbach, but got to give credit to Rose Hole for that diving save she made.
That was a bullet she stopped. She must have a bulletproof vest on. Man, Rose Hole being the impact player for Furman right now. Auburn has already 18 shots on goal, looking to tie the 20 they had Friday night against UAB.
Definitely something. In those first two games, Auburn's offense just had 20 shots combined in those two games. They now have 18 today. They had 20 on Friday. Definitely the offense has been playing a lot better than they were unable to do out in California. A bunch of that credit, however, has to go to the teams they played. UC Irvine and Long Beach State both have great defenses. That Long Beach State team actually upset number 4 UCLA the day before they played Auburn.
And Furman, they have to find something. They're digging deep and they're fighting. They're giving it everything they got. They have not let up since that first goal was scored earlier by Hannah Allsbach.
Kayla Faulkner plays it up ahead to Sophie Samantel. Samantel now crossing the midfield, plays it over to Courtney Shell. Shell inside the center circle over to Allsbach. Allsbach with the goal earlier in the first half. Crosses it in, looking for Casey Ramsier. Just over Casey's head, the ball bounces and is caught in the hands of goalkeeper Rose Hole.
And speaking of the shots Auburn's had, they've had 18 shots so far, and it's only the first half. The last time Auburn had over 30 shots in a game was versus High Point in 2012. It's looking like Auburn's trying to break that record.
I would have to agree with you there, Jared. A lot of shots being taken so far by Auburn, but with 18 shots, Karen Hoppe would like to see more of those finding the back of the net.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Especially the crossovers. We've seen a couple of Auburn crossovers. The Auburn players trying to go in for the goal, but they're just not there. Just not yet.
The ball rolls out of play. It will be a Furman throw-in. Looks to be number 5, Claire Sullivan, that will throw the ball in for Furman.
Furman trying to find something, getting it going. But Auburn just being so persistent.
Abby Meadows now, whistle blowing. Abby Meadows is on the field in pain. It looked to be a similar situation there, Jared. Scary moment there when two players both have their foot on the ball trying to make a play. Ankles can turn so easily that way, and it looks to be a similar situation to what we saw Samantha Solaru go down with.
When she went down and quickly started holding her knee. It's going to look like a knee injury. As the Auburn training staff is going to come over to help her. Hopefully she is all right.
And unlike the injury to Solaru, the official blew the whistle right away. He was right in front of the play when the injury took place. Blew the whistle out of play, wanted to get attention over to Abby Meadows. Coach Karen Hoppe is also walking over and joining the team.
This is not what Auburn wants to see. Just like we said earlier, Auburn is dealing with a couple injuries already. They're going to have to dig deep into their roster to find players to plug into these holes. And they got to step up and be ready for the Furman attack. When we know Furman's going to come out shooting in the second half.
Abby Meadows, that freshman forward out of Auburn, Alabama, played at Auburn High School. So much promise, so much hype around this player. It's so unfortunate to see her go down with this injury today. Hopefully she's able to return. 4 minutes and 58 seconds sit on the clock here left in the first half. It's Auburn 1, Furman nothing. WEGL 91.1 FM in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network. At halftime, Evan Blank has our in-studio halftime report, so be sure to tune in and listen to what Evan Blank has to say. First half analysis and scores from around the world of sports. The Auburn team has moved over to their bench. Furman's team has also circled around in front of their bench, trying to give Abby Meadows time to figure out what's going on with her.
Sarah LeBeau, Auburn's goalie, only has had to deal with 3 shots so far by the Furman offense. Furman has not been very productive, especially one of their star players, Stephanie DeVita, who's had 4 of their 5 goals this season. Sarah LeBeau might as well just go back to her apartment and just take her rest at this point.
You're exactly right. Coach Karen Hoppe and one of the athletic trainers staying put with Abby Meadows, who's still laying down in pain. 2 athletic trainers ran back to the Auburn bench, looked to have grabbed a bag, and they're now making their way across the field. You hate to see injuries like this take place. Especially when it has to deal with the knee. The knee, there's so many ligaments going through it. There could be so many things that could be wrong, but hopefully it's just a sprain. Hopefully maybe it's just a small tear, something that's easy to come back from, because they're going to need her for this season. Absolutely. We talked in the pregame. This is the first 3-0 start Auburn has had since 2006. The 4th game of that 06 season was a 2-1 double OT win over William & Mary for Auburn, looking to have similar fortunes starting the season off 4-0, but you don't want to continue playing the season with this many injuries for your team. And it's not looking good. It looks like they're bringing out the leg brace. You're exactly right. The leg brace is being put on to Abby Meadows as we speak. It's her right leg that the brace is being put on. Karen Hoppe signaling looks to be looking for the cart. That's an injury you don't want to see, especially to a key player like her. They're going to put the leg in the leg brace and try to keep it as stable as possible, and hopefully she can get checked out very soon to see what's going on. Several trainers have now made their way over. We started with 2. We now seem to have 4. Number has doubled. Auburn players are kicking the ball around in front of their bench, trying to stay loose. That's a good idea by the Auburn assistant coaches. Yeah, as Auburn, they got to stay loose. They've been on the attack. They've been on the onslaught all day long, and they can't afford to let up at this point. Furman is standing their ground, and all Furman will need is just one shot to hit the back of that net, and they're right back in this game against number 16 Auburn. They're looking for that upset. They want to take down a team like Auburn. They want to show how good they are against a good team like Auburn. And Abby Meadows' parents have now also made their way onto the field, tending to their daughter, hoping that she's okay. The leg brace is currently still being put on to Abby Meadows, the freshman forward out of Auburn, Alabama. 4 minutes, 58 seconds to play if you're just now joining us. Abby Meadows has just taken appears to be a leg, knee, ankle injury. We're not exactly sure. 1-0 Auburn, the score here in the first half. It was a goal by Hannah Alsbach 10 minutes into play here in Auburn, Alabama, that gave the Tigers the 1-goal advantage. Furman huddling. They're going to try to figure something out for these last 5 minutes. They have to find a way to keep Auburn out of their end of the field, and they have to find a way to push that ball forward towards Sarah LeBeau, trying to get that goal. We're going to send this to a commercial break as the trainers still seem to be tending to Abby Meadows. We'll be back here from the Auburn University Soccer Complex.
Can you tell if these vegetables are being contaminated with bacteria that could cause paralysis? Listen, you can't see it either. Use different cutting boards so that the bacteria in raw meats and seafood and their juices doesn't touch prep surfaces for other foods like veggies. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide-and-go-seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader. Tutor or mentor. Give. Advocate. Volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is DJ Osmos out of Atlanta, Georgia, and you got it locked to your #1 source for new and developing music, WEGL 91 FM, Auburn University.
Welcome back, Auburn soccer from the Auburn University Soccer Complex. The Tigers and Furman Paladins in a non-conference matchup. Abby Meadows was just carted off the field with what appeared to be a knee injury. Play resumes here. Both teams have taken the field. Jared, you hate to see that happening.
You hate to see it, but the crowd is rallying behind Auburn. They're getting pumped up. You can hear them right now. They're wanting Auburn to go in against Furman and just ravage them when it comes to shots.
It's 1-0 our score. 4 minutes, 58 seconds to play here. Brooke Ramsier about to take a free kick for the Tigers on Auburn's attacking half of the field. 1-0 our score. Hannah Osbach had the goal earlier in the first half. Brooke Ramsier plays it into the middle. Back over to Ashton Brock. Ashton Brock plays it back now to Kayla Faulkner. Faulkner looking to start something.
Furman has all their players hands on deck for this.
Osbach plays it up ahead, over the head of Kristen Dotson, who tried to jump in and head that one in. Sorry to cut you off there, Jared. What an exciting play there by Hannah Osbach and Kristen Dotson.
Oh, it's just fine. Furman, just like I was saying, they had all their players down there defending the goal. They knew Auburn was going to come out looking for those shots.
Ashton Brock now plays it ahead. Furman's defense is there to stop the ball. Sophie Samantel now with the ball right in front of our broadcast booth here, looking for a teammate. Passes it over to Brooke Ramsier. Brooke Ramsier back to Samantel. They're playing keep away back and forth between number 13 for Furman. Up ahead to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier spins, has a shot, doesn't take it. Instead, passes it over looking for Courtney Shell, unable to do so. Kristen Baker for Furman's defense, able there to stop it. Allstock with the steal now from a similar place to where she scored her goal early in the first half. Crosses it in, unable to find an Auburn teammate. Charlotte Van Ishoeven has just been subbed in for this Auburn Tigers team. She played just 2 minutes, Jared, in that UC Irvine game and was unable to score a goal in those 2 minutes. The only goal in that 1-0 win for Auburn.
She's going to be a big cornerstone for this Auburn offense. They've had a couple players go down. They're looking for people to be the backbone of this roster now.
Allsbach with the play up ahead into the arms of Rose Hull. Allsbach looking to have similar fortunes, trying her luck at another goal similar to the one that she had earlier. 3 minutes to play here in the first half from the Auburn Soccer Complex. Our score, Auburn 1, Furman 0. Brooke Ramsier with the ball now for the Auburn Tigers. Plays it over to Van Ishoeven. Van Ishoeven crosses it in, unable to find a teammate. Number 20, Natalie Lackey, was there to make the stop for Furman, who tries to pass it up to a Furman teammate, Kayla Faulkner. Of course, Auburn's star defender was able to make a play there. 2.5 minutes here, Jared. Auburn's definitely trying to find another goal, kind of gain momentum after that Abby Meadows injury. Van Ishoeven with the ball now inside the box, tries to score, takes a shot on goal, right into the arms, right into the chest of Rose Hull, who makes another save.
Going back to Abby Meadows, you can see right past the Furman goal that emergency personnel has showed up to take her what I presume to be the hospital.
You're exactly right there. We are hoping that it is something not severe for Abby Meadows, the freshman forward out of Auburn, Alabama. 2 minutes to play here. Auburn 1, Furman 0. The ball has just been going back and forth the last couple of possessions here between teams across the midfield line. Neither team able to start something offensively.
And Rose Hull, she better be careful going up trying to clear that ball out, because Auburn, like a lightning strike, will just hit instantly. and they can get that the ball into the back of the goal.
Number 9, Emily Graves, and number 7, Kristen Baker are passing it back and forth for Furman's defense, trying not to let another goal be scored. They're tossing it back also with Rose Hull, the goalkeeper, trying to wind the clock down. 1:20 to play here in the first half. Ashton Brock had enough of it. She knocked the ball out of play. Emily Graves will have to throw it in for the Paladins.
Auburn's defense looking stout in these last couple of minutes.
Sophie Samantel with yet another fine defensive play for the Tigers. Plays it up ahead. She has the ball once again looking for Van Ishuben. Sliding kick save there by Willow Davis, a sophomore forward for the Paladins, right into the feet of Kayla Faulkner. 1 minute to play, less than 1 minute here in the first half on the Auburn Soccer Complex. Ashton Brock with the tip-over move to Van Ishuben. Uben up to Kristen Dotson. Dotson looking. She is whistled offsides. That was a great opportunity for Auburn to find their second goal there, Jared.
Man, Auburn, they're having a lot of players down there bum rushing toward that goal. You know, eventually, Furman, the way this is going, Furman's going to give one up. 15
seconds on the clock here at Rose Hull. Punts the ball towards midfield, 10 seconds to play. 1-0 our score here. The clock winding down. Sophie Samantel with the ball at her feet. Right into the face. Got a little aggressive there between her and Natalie Lackey. The officials are having to split them up there and talk to both of them. You don't want to see tempers start to flare here going into halftime, Jared.
Well, after that injury, and you heard a couple people in the crowd saying it may have been intentional, these two teams are going to start to go at it a little bit.
1-0 our score here. It's halftime at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Hannah Osbach with that goal for the Auburn Tigers. We're sending it now to Evan Blank, who's in studio with our WEGL 91.1 FM halftime report. Over to you, Evan.
It's halftime at the stadium. For a scoreboard update, let's send it inside the WEGL studio.
I'm Evan Blank. This is your WEGL studio halftime update. Auburn soccer in a 1-0 lead over the Furman Paladins. After one half of play, that goal coming from Hannah Alsbach in the 11th minute of play today. Injuries the story for Auburn soccer today. After Friday's loss of Haley Gherkin in the early moments of the game against UAB, today's game gave 2 more injuries to the Tigers. Samantha Solaru went out with an undisclosed ankle injury earlier in the game, and more recently, at the very end of the first half, we had a long injury delay because of Auburn freshman Abby Meadows going down with an undisclosed knee injury. She was carted off the field after a long delay in play. We all hope she is okay. So the score, Auburn 1, Furman 0 at the end of the first half. Auburn looking to stay undefeated and start the season on a 4-0 record. Auburn tying their shot total from Friday night in just the first half of play. 20 shots for the Tigers in the first half. Compared that to just 3 for Furman. Some scores from around the SEC Soccer League. Right now, number 14, Florida, holds a slim 3-2 lead over number 1 ranked team in the country, Florida State. As we said, Auburn with their 1-0 lead over Furman. They're ranked 16 in the country. Georgia in Stillwater, Oklahoma, down 1-0 at the end of the first half against the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. In the 25th minute of play in Baton Rouge, LSU and Minnesota remain in a scoreless tie in that one. And finally, to round out the SEC, at the end of the first half, in West Lafayette, Indiana, Purdue leads Missouri 1-0. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk some baseball, and other things going on in the sports world. This is your WEGL Studio Halftime Update.
Hey, what's up? Holla at your boy. XOXOXO. You getting these texts? Question mark. Where are you? What are you doing? OMG, you are making me mad. You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
I'll pick you up after school.
Most days go by without a whole lot of surprises. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life, as you know it, has completely turned on its head? Would you be prepared? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. I feel like I'm choking. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Oh, hello. Didn't see you there. You're listening to WEGL 91.1 in Auburn, Alabama. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to your Auburn Soccer Studio Halftime Update. Auburn women's soccer leading Furman 1-0 at the break off of a goal from Hannah Alsbach in the 11th minute of play. Auburn soccer will continue play after today, next Friday, at home against the Samford Bulldogs. That game at 7 p.m. Central Time. And on Sunday, the 6th, versus Old Dominion at 2 p.m. local time here in Auburn. Those games can both be seen on the SEC Network Plus and listened to right here on WEGL 91.1. Some scores from around the world of sports. At the end of 7, the Blue Jays lead the Tigers 6-2. Top of the 7th, the Mets have a lead on the Red Sox 4-3. Middle of the 7th inning, the Indians lead the Angels 8-1. At the end of 5, the Royals and Rays are locked up at 2 apiece. Everyone's local team around here, the Braves, down 7-2 in the top of the 5th to the New York Yankees in Atlanta. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Nationals down 4-3 to the visiting Miami Marlins. Top of the 6th inning, San Diego Padres leading Philadelphia 3-1. In the top of the 6th inning, Colorado leading Pittsburgh 3-0. In the top of the 3rd inning, the Mariners of Seattle lead 4-1 over the White Sox in Chicago. Top of the 4th inning, Brewers lead the visiting Cincinnati Reds 2-1. Middle of the 3rd inning, the Twins leading the red-hot Astros 1-0. And in the top of the 1st inning, the Orioles and Rangers in Arlington locked up in a scoreless tie. This is your final Saturday of the year without college football. A lot of great games coming up this week. Starting on Thursday, number 2 TCU heads up to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. That game is at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Number 5, Michigan State in action in Kalamazoo against Western Michigan. Number 4, Baylor at SMU. That's in Dallas. Big game for number 13 UCLA as they host the Virginia Cavaliers in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Getting into your bigger games. Of course, Auburn hosting Louisville. Auburn ranked number 6 in the AP poll. That's in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta for the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. That's a 2:30 kickoff time local on CBS. A lot of hype going into the season for number 25, Tennessee. Their game can be seen on the SEC network at 3 p.m. against Bowling Green. That game in Nashville at LP Field, home of the Tennessee Titans. A major game coming up for the Pac-12 and SEC as they look to send a message to each other at this point in the season. Number 15, Arizona State heads to Houston to take on Texas A&M. Another major game going on. Texas heads up to South Bend to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. That game at 6:30 p.m. on NBC. Oregon's new starting quarterback, Vernon Adams Jr., starts his first game at Autzen Stadium in Eugene on the Pac-12 network at 7 p.m. Number 7, Oregon will host Adams' former school, Eastern Washington. Number 20, Wisconsin, and number 3, Alabama, in a big kickoff game, big important game, in AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, home of the Cowboys. That game can be seen at 7 p.m. on ABC. And on Monday night, 7 p.m. on ESPN in Blacksburg, Virginia, consensus number 1, Ohio State, looks to avenge last year's loss against the Hokies as they take on Virginia Tech. I'm Evan Blank, and this is your studio halftime update. We're going to send it to a couple commercials, and we will be right back.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST, F, face drooping, A, arm weakness, S, speech difficulty, T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
So glad we left that stupid party.
No joke.
Hey, baby, are you an overdue library book? Because you got fine written all over you.
Oh, barf. What about that girl with the hoop earring?
Ridiculous. When she was dancing...
Megan, look out! Look out!
Oh, my God, Becky. Becky, are you okay?
My arm. I think it's broken. Can you bend it? It's already bent. In the wrong direction.
I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. I only had a few drinks. I was just buzzed.
Really? Just buzzed?
Yeah, I swear.
Well, in that case, my arm is fine. Ah, that's better.
You're really okay? You're serious, Becky?
No, genius. I'm not serious.
Ow! My arm, it hurts.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
The traditional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. It's time we switch to longer-lasting Energy Star light bulbs. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council.
Hey Auburn, show your support of WEGL 91.1 by liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter at WEGL_AU. War Eagle.
Welcome back to your WEGL Soccer Studio Halftime Update. Auburn women's soccer with a lead on Furman 1-0 on the Hannah Alsbach goal scored in the 7th minute. Another SEC soccer game has begun with Vanderbilt and Seattle locked in a scoreless tie in the 2nd minute of play. Auburn soccer will continue to be shown on the SEC Network Plus. You can watch it there now. They will also be on the SEC Network as well as right here on WEGL 91.1 all throughout the season for all home games. Their next game, September 4th against Samford, will be at 7 p.m. Central Time here in Auburn. September 6th, that's a Sunday, will be against Old Dominion. That's at 2 p.m. Central Time. And after that, on September 11th, they begin their SEC Conference slate in Columbia against the Missouri Tigers. Updated scores from around the world of baseball. Padres still hold a 3-1 lead over the Philadelphia Phillies in the top of the 6th. Blue Jays continue to hold a 6-2 lead over the Tigers. The Mets and Red Sox are now tied at the middle of the 7th inning. That'll do it for our WEGL studio halftime update. We're going to send it to a quick commercial, and then we'll get you right back out to the field.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes about the same time to create a dropout. And at the end of the day, the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be you. So United Way is asking you to make a pledge. Tutor a child who needs help. Mentor a kid who needs someone on their side. Volunteer to read to children. Because when a child advances, we all advance. Be a reader, tutor, or mentor. Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Take the pledge now at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
I'm back.
Welcome back to Auburn Soccer here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. It's a non-conference matchup today between Auburn and the Furman University Paladins. I'm J.J. Jackson, joined by Jared Dillard here in Auburn, Alabama. Our score at half, Auburn 1, Furman 0. It was a Hannah Alsbach goal from outside the box in the 7th minute. Another note, big storyline that happened in the first half, Abby Meadows took an injury, had to be carted off the field with 4 minutes and 58 seconds to play in that first half. Jared, what are your thoughts on the first half of play?
Well, just like I said in the pregame, Furman's going to come out here and they're going to fight. They're not playing a soccer game. They're going to war with Auburn, and we saw that towards the end of the second half. Abby Meadows went down with an apparent knee injury. She was carted off the field and was put in the ambulance and taken to the hospital. And towards the end, when the whistle finally blew, you saw a little bit of a shoving match between Auburn and Furman. They're going to come out here, expect emotions to be high, especially for Auburn.
Brooke Ramsey and Ellie Leak are at midfield, ready for the second half to get underway. Auburn, another storyline in that first half, Jared. Auburn took 20 shots, 6 of them on goal. Friday night, they took 20 shots. They had a combined 40 shots in their first 3 games of play. The offense is definitely out and attacking, and a lot of shots are being taken.
Auburn's had 20 shots on goal. You are correct. They're looking for that record of 34 against High Point back in 2012.
Action has gotten underway here. It was a header by Casey Ramsey in midfield. Taylor Troutman with the ball now looking to start something. She's all the way down inside the box, jostling there with Emily Graves of Furman's defense. Ball being played inside the box. Taylor Troutman looking to do something there. It is a corner kick coming for the Auburn Tigers, Jared. We're just 30 seconds into the second half, and Auburn already has a corner kick.
Straight out of the gate, Auburn came bum-rushing Furman. Auburn, their offense is going to be lights out this second half. You can guarantee that.
Second half action now. Auburn going left to right. Furman right to left from our vantage point. Brooke Ramsier taking the corner kick now inside the box. Headed out of trouble by Jamie Alexander, the senior forward for Furman. Hannah Alsbach now with the ball outside of the box, looking to cross something into the hands of Rose Hull, who then throws it up ahead to Furman, her Furman teammate looking to start something. Furman on the attack now, crossing midfield. Kayla Faulkner cuts her off beautifully, makes a stop there, and she actually got the Furman player to be whistled for a foul there. Auburn with the ball now. Sophie Samantel will kick it in for the Tigers.
Rose Hole, Furman's goalie, doing a great job settling in after Auburn scored that very early goal. Man, she's looking for that paycheck and overtime today.
That was Virginia Poe for the Paladins, who was on the attack there before Kayla Faulkner was able to come over and cut her off. Sophie Samantel drops the ball, looking to find a teammate who she wants to play it to. She has Faulkner, Clark, and Allsbach behind her. Over to Kiana Clark, and play resumes. 43 minutes, just 2 minutes here into the second half. It's Auburn 1, Furman nothing.
And Auburn already putting pressure on Furman's defense.
Casey Ramsey on the attack now, up ahead. Logan Beal has the ball just outside of the box, looking to cross it in. Over, headed out of trouble there by number 9, Emily Graves. Great defensive play there by Emily Graves, but Logan Beal was definitely trying to find Ellie Leak there in front of the goal, trying to score something for Auburn. Brooke Ramsey will take her 5th corner kick of the day.
And Auburn, these corner kicks eventually is going to get to Furman. Auburn keeps getting the corner kicks. Eventually, they're going to find a goal in their hands.
Taylor Troutman has now come over to take the corner kick for the Tigers instead of Brooke Ramsey. She kicked it over to Brooke. Brooke tried to have a header goal there, but it's over the post. Rose Hole now will walk out and have a goal kick.
Furman, they have to figure out something. They have to find a way to stop this Auburn offense and their onslaught. They can't keep this up. They got to find a way to get back out there and start fighting.
We talked about Furman pregame, a key, and Coach Karen Hoppe addressed it as well, with stopping senior forward for them, Stephanie DeVita, scoring 4 of Furman's 5 goals so far this season. Jared, that defense has done a great job so far doing that.
Stephanie DeVita has seen the ball very rarely today. She's mostly just being another referee up there for Furman at this point.
And right on cue, Stephanie DeVita is chasing down Kiana Clark, who has the ball. Clark plays it over to Allsbach, but Allsbach unable to get a foot on it. It will be a throw-in coming for Furman.
Furman, they have to find a way to get the ball in the hands of Stephanie DeVita. Stephanie DeVita having 4 of their 5 goals this season, and she has been a non-factor. They have to get her into the system somehow. And look, there it is, Stephanie DeVita.
Stephanie DeVita, you're right. Jared almost had a play on the ball, but Kiana Clark was able to come over and cut her off.
And Auburn just playing stout defense right now.
Furman with the ball now just outside of the box. It looks to be Jamie Alexander. Kiana Clark with the ball now up ahead to Ellie Leak. Ellie Leak passing midfield for the Tigers, running over the Auburn logo up ahead, trying to find Taylor Troutman. Troutman chasing, looking for the ball. Unable to do so. Sliding tackle made there by Molly Dwyer. Dwyer had to be helped off the field earlier in the first half. It looks to be okay for the Paladins. Troutman with the ball now just outside of the box. Looks to make a play. Crosses it in. She has teammates with her. Over. Great steal there made by Kristen Baker.
And Auburn continuing just to push in their offense, looking for another goal.
Ellie Leak now with the ball, looking for a teammate. Up ahead to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier unable to make a play on that. Foul called on Casey Ramsier. Kick coming from Rose Hole.
Casey Ramsier putting that shoulder down right into the back of a Furman player.
5 minutes into the action here in the second half. Our score once again, Auburn 1, Furman nothing. Here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex, WEGL 91.1 FM, in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network. J.J. Jackson and Jared Dillard here on the call for the Auburn Tigers.
It's like Furman's going to bring it in for their offense, trying to find something to get it going. They want to put pressure on Sarah LeBeau and the Auburn defenders.
You're right, Jared. Far side of the field, Claire Sullivan throws it into Stephanie DeVita, but the Auburn defense is there to stop it. Sophie Samantel comes over, steps in front of the Furman player, makes a steal for herself, back over to Kayla Faulkner. Faulkner plays it back to Kiana Clark, and Auburn is on their way. Clark up ahead to Logan Beal. She has Allsbach with her. What will she do? She decides to play it back to Kiana Clark. Clark just now crosses midfield, looking to find an open teammate. She has Shell with her. Instead, chooses to pass to Casey Ramsier over to Leak. Leak up ahead. Kristen Baker there to stop it. Leak was looking for Logan Beal on that play. Stephanie DeVita with the ball now. She plays it back to Rose Hull. You don't see that often, Jared, a forward coming all the way up and making a defensive stop and playing it back to the goalkeeper. Stephanie DeVita trying, you can tell, to get her going in the game. She wants to try to find a way to score a goal.
And Auburn getting the ball back in their possession. They're going to go ahead and move on up and start playing that offense again. Their defense pretty much can be relaxed the second half, it looks like.
You're exactly right there, Jared. Allspot plays it over to Courtney Shell, who goes back to Kiana Clark. Auburn looking to start something here. Over to Troutman. Troutman with the ball now. She had an opportunity there. Great defense played there by Emily Graves for Furman. Up ahead to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier trying to cross it in. Diving save made by Rose Hull. Another good opportunity. Round of applause from the Auburn crowd here tonight. Nice save made by Rose Hull.
And Logan Beal was looking for that cross, and she was right there next to Rose Hull. And if you had to think, if Rose Hull wasn't there at that exact time, it would have been 2-0 Auburn early in the second half.
Casey Ramsier just took the first shot of the second half for the Tigers. 21 shots in total today, a season high so far in these first 4 games of play. Auburn looking, however, to find another goal. 21 shots, 1 goal is not the output that you want to have, Jared.
No, it is not, but you got to think, Auburn, they keep putting pressure on Furman's defense. Furman starting to show some cracks. They're going to get some balls in the back of the net eventually at some point.
On the far side of the field, Sophie Samantha will throw it in for the Tigers. She has Shell with her, chooses to throw it into Shell. Shell with the ball now looking to start something for the Tigers, plays it back to Brooke Ramsier. Ramsier plays it over to Allsbach. Allsbach had that goal in the 7th minute of play. She wears number 7 on her back. Give and go with Casey Ramsier. Allsbach takes a shot. Jump save made, tipped over the bar by Rose Hull. Are they saying she touched it, Jared? No, they're saying it hit the post. It will be a goal kick by Rose Hull. Allsbach is trying, Jared, to find another opportunity to score a goal there.
She was waiting and waiting all game for another shot, and she had it, and she just barely missed it. A little bit lower, and would have been 2-0. I don't know if Rose Hull could have got her hand on that one.
Ellie Leak now with the ball just outside of the box. A whistle blows. It appears that offsides has been called, and Rose Hull will kick from goal today.
Rose Hull had to put in work today, that is for sure.
36 minutes left here in the game. Second half action here. Auburn 1, Furman nothing. WEGL 91-1.
Rose Hull moving the ball up out toward the goal box.
And Rose Hull boots it, and we're back in action. Brooke Ramsier and Casey Ramsier were there for Hull's goal kick. They tried to play it up ahead to Troutman, but it was just out of the reach. Claire Sullivan will have another throw-in for the Paladins. Sullivan looking for a teammate there. She has DeVita with her. DeVita tries to play it back over to Jamie Alexander, but Kayla Faulkner was there with the stop. Back to Kiana Clark. Clark now with the ball in the middle circle of the field. Plays it up ahead. She has Leak with her. Leak tried to touch pass that over to Casey Ramsier. Was unable to do so. Sophie Samantha with the ball now for the Tigers. Ellie Leak up ahead. Leak over to Casey Ramsier. What an opportunity for the Tigers. Diving save made. Looks to be offsides. That was called. Casey Ramsier was just a step ahead of the play, but that was a great opportunity for the Tigers to score.
They're looking for it. They're looking hard for it. That pass through, they almost had it. Just an offsides call. Rose Hull was coming up strong. You had to think if she missed it, Auburn clear shot on the goal. It would have been 2-0.
The Tigers are off to their first 3-0 start on the season since 2006. That 06 team went on to win their 4th game 2-1 in double overtime against William & Mary. So the Tigers are hoping to start off this season 4-0 as well for the first time since 2006. 1-0 our score here. Auburn has the lead off of a Hannah Allspot goal in the 7th minute from just outside the box. Kayla Faulkner with the ball crosses midfield now, looking for an open teammate. She has Troutman with her out wide. Troutman with the ball just inside the box, crosses it in. Rose Hull is there to make another stop for the Furman Paladins.
And Furman they got to figure out their defense. Their defense is leaving too many open holes for Auburn. But I really can't blame the Furman defense. They've been run ragged by Auburn's offense so far this game.
Hannah Alsbach and Stephanie DeVita are running towards us, chasing down a loose ball. Alsbach wins that battle, plays it up ahead to Logan Beal, who crosses it inside the box, looking for Casey Ramsier just over her head. Kristen Baker and Emily Graves make yet another stop for that Furman defense.
And it looks like Stephanie DeVita, she's looking for the ball. She's been non-existent in this game so far.
Virginia Poe just had the ball there for Furman. Stephanie DeVita running to her left there, wanting the ball. Poe decided not to give it to her. Courtney Schell was able to come up there and make a steal for the Paladins. Ramsier plays it up ahead. Troutman tries to get her foot on it. It rolls out of play. Goal kick coming for Rose Hole. 33 minutes left in the second half here. It's Auburn 1, Furman nothing.
And Furman, they've just been trying to defend their home side, their turf, really, for this beginning of the second half. They've rarely seen the ball on Auburn's side, and Sarah LeBeau still just standing there. And she probably wants a little bit of playing time right now, but it's good that she's not. That shows that Auburn's defense is playing up to snuff with Furman's offense.
Number 17, sophomore Quinn Labard is coming in for Furman. Kristen Baker gets an opportunity to rest here, a substitution being made by Coach Andrew Burr. Alsbach plays it up ahead to Beal. Beal tries to play it back to Alsbach, a little give and go there, but Kristen Baker was able to make a stop there. Emily Graves, excuse me. Ellie Leak now with the ball off an Alsbach throw-in. Spin around move, trying to start something. Look, has teammates with her, plays it back to Kayla Faulkner. Faulkner just in front of the center circle, crosses looking for a teammate. She has Shell behind her and Alsbach also behind her, plays it to Casey Ramsier instead. Ramsier back to Shell. Shell looking to start something for that Auburn offense. Shell takes a shot. Save made by Emily Graves. Graves put her foot where it needed to be, and the ball was stopped on that shot, Jared.
Yeah, Furman, they're trying everything. They have everybody playing back, trying to protect the goal and to help out Rose Hole. But as you see, every time they try to clear it, Auburn's there. They bring it right back up.
That was another storyline we talked about pregame, Jared. Goalkeeper for Auburn, redshirt freshman Sarah LeBeau was named SEC Defensive Player of the Week after her 2 shutout performances in California last weekend. She has yet to have any action here in the second half. She only had to defend 3 Furman shots there in the first half. A very, very, very chill day for her in net.
And if you look at, and if the SEC is looking for a Defensive Player of the Week,
ball's in front of the net. It's open. Just wide.
But it looks like Casey Ramsier is down with the injury.
Casey Ramsier is down. The ball was played up ahead to Casey Ramsier. Hull was coming out to make a play on the ball. They collided. That's how the ball landed at the feet of Logan Beal, who tried to take a shot. That shot was just wide, and now you're right, Jared. Casey Ramsier is down. What a day for the Auburn Tigers. We've seen Casey Ramsier, Samantha Solaru, and Abby Meadows have injuries happen in this game.
And especially going back to Abby Meadows, she went down with a knee injury and had to be carted off in a leg brace and taken by ambulance to a hospital. We have to hope that she is okay. And now Casey Ramsier is down. It looks like, I'm not sure, I didn't get a good look, but it looked like their heads may have collided somewhere.
Something like that, definitely. There was a big collision that took place. You're right, we don't know exactly what the injury is, but Karen Hoppe is over along with the Auburn athletic trainers. The team is over in front of the bench, but her twin sister Brooke is there making sure that her sister is okay.
And Auburn has to start wondering, who do we start putting in for these players that keep going down? They've had a lot of injuries today. They have a very stout backbone to their offense.
The Auburn players are over there in front of the bench talking with assistant coaches. You see several Auburn reserves with their orange pennies on running up and down the sideline trying to stay loose in case they're needed to be subbed in. 31 minutes to play here, 14 minutes into the second half. Our score is Auburn 1, Furman nothing. Casey Ramsier is now being helped off the field. The crowd applauds. She has her arms draped around 2 athletic trainers' shoulders. Brooke Ramsier rejoins her teammates, trying to get fired up, trying to score something, trying to help out her sister.
And this game has been tough going from the beginning for both teams. Furman always on the defensive, trying to stop Auburn's onslaught. But then on the offensive side for Auburn, a lot of their players have been going down lately.
It looks to be some kind of a leg injury based on the fact that Casey Ramsey is hobbling off the field, Jared. So just unfortunate for this Auburn Tigers team. 3 injuries in a game that a non-conference game before conference play has even started. You always hate to see that happen.
Oh, yeah, especially they have a game Friday versus Sanford, and they have to have their players healthy for these games.
2 more tune-ups in the non-conference portion of the schedule. Friday, September 4th, here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex, the Tigers take on Sanford, and then that Sunday, September 6th, the Tigers face Old Dominion. That's a 2 p.m. kickoff a week from today. And then you're right, Jared, that Thursday night, the Tigers travel to Columbia, Missouri, and take on the Missouri Tigers, their first in the SEC schedule slate.
And on the Auburn side, Casey Ramsey on the sideline, she's putting weight on that leg, so it looks like she's able to walk on it.
Play has resumed here. The ball is going back and forth across the midfield. It looks to be Stephanie DeVita with the ball now. She plays it back to her teammate, number 5, Claire Sullivan. Sullivan up ahead now. Samantha makes a play on the ball, unable to corral it. Virginia Poe up ahead to a Furman teammate. Ball played back into the middle. Hannah Alsbach is there to make a stop.
And a very rare offensive showing by Furman, but as you saw, that crossover that went to Sarah LeBeau, Stephanie DeVita was there looking for it. She's salivating at the bits, looking for a goal. She's hungry right now for it.
That ball rolled into the arms of Sarah LeBeau, her first action of the second half. She actually was playing that with her feet when DeVita came up and tried to take that ball from her. Sarah LeBeau made a smart play there and just grabbed it with her hands. Up ahead now. Diving save, Taylor Troutman with the ball in front of the goal. Oh, what a play by Claire Sullivan. We've seen that several times, Jared, where it just seems like Rose Hull's timing is just off a bit, and she's lucky that no goals have been scored because of that, but there are many opportunities where a defender is having to take her place in the goal.
And it's the errors. It's the error that caused the goal in the 7th minute by Hannah Alsbach. The ball went straight through Rose Hull's hands. Now she missed the ball, and the Auburn almost played it into a goal.
For those wondering, it was Kristen Dotson who came on in replace of Casey Ramsey. Dotson was up in the action there in front of the goal when Rose Hull stopped play. The ball now at midfield at the feet of number 17 for Furman. Up ahead to Stephanie DeVita. DeVita looking to start something for Furman. Plays it back to number 5, Claire Sullivan. Sullivan now over to Emily Graves. Graves back to Stephanie DeVita. Over to Sullivan. Up ahead, looking for Virginia Poe and Jamie Alexander. No one was there. Kiana Clark and Sarah LeBeau are both traveling towards the ball. LeBeau dribbles the ball back inside the box where she will pick it up and punt it away for the Auburn Tigers.
Stephanie DeVita in this Furman offense has to start being frustrated. There's 28 minutes left in the game, and they have yet to find a way to even be close to scoring a goal so far.
Troutman with the ball now in front of the Auburn bench. Up ahead to Ellie Leak. Leak trying to see what she has in front of her. Step over move. Plays it into the box. She has Dodson and Sheld there. But Emily Graves and Kristen Baker were there to make the stop for Furman. Whistle blowed, foul called there. It looked to be called on Claire Sullivan. She tripped up Taylor Troutman there. Auburn will have a kick from just outside the box. 27 minutes to play here in the game. Auburn 1, Furman nothing. I'm J.J. Jackson, joined with Jared Dillard on WEGL 91.1 in conjunction with the Auburn IMG Sports Network. Brooke Ramsier, it appears to be, is addressing the ball for the Tigers.
And Auburn looking for another goal to extend this lead.
Plays it up ahead in front of the goal. Rolls out of play. Corner kick coming. They say it was deflected. That was actually Courtney Schell who took that free kick for the Tigers. It will be Taylor Troutman taking the corner kick now for Auburn.
And you got to think, this is going to be it. This is going to be the corner kick. This is their sixth corner kick of the game. And eventually, Auburn's going to get the ball into the net.
Logan Beal and Kristen Dotson in front of the net. The other Tigers running from outside the box. The ball is played in, headed out of trouble by Jamie Alexander. Ellie Leak with the ball now, passes it in to a teammate. She has Dotson there. Dotson takes a shot just wide. The ball is still in play, but Rose Holt is laying down. The whistle is finally blown. The ball is out of the box. Rose Holt is down, Jared. I don't know exactly what happened there, but trainers are being summoned for.
I wasn't able to keep my eyes on Rose Holt. I was following the ball. But she's down with an injury. It looks like it's her right leg.
And it was something we talked about earlier, Jared, the fact that in these first three games, multiple goalkeepers have been used in these first three contests that Furman has played this season. Rose Holt has got the majority of the time in the first three games. She docked 182 of the minutes, with Maggie Gristle and Allie Cutler getting the other minutes in the net for the Paladins. So it'll be interesting to see who replaces Rose Holt in net.
And Maggie Gristle getting most of that time other than Rose Holt. You have to think, if Rose Holt comes out of the game, Maggie Gristle will be in. She's played 2 games in about 75 minutes.
26 minutes left of play here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Auburn 1, Furman 0. Injury timeout here for Furman goalkeeper Rose Holt. We'll be back after this commercial break.
So, you know, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide-and-go-seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Wildfires burn millions of acres across the country each year. And each year, wildland firefighters battle to contain them. But they can't do it alone. For some communities, it's not a question of if wildfires strike, but when. Get fire adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and this time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park, getting frisky in the dark. I gave your eye a poke, think the dog is in the bedroom, I smell smoke, you and me. We never, ever, ever give up.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices. Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. I feel like I'm choking. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Did you know that listening to WEGL 91.1 can make you live longer? No, listening to WEGL 91.1 does not actually make any person live longer. In fact, the only thing scientifically proven to make people live longer are exercise and a healthy diet. In fact, listening to WEGL 91.1 may actually shorten your life. Listen to WEGL 91.1.
Rose Holt's going to lead the game.
Welcome back to the Auburn IMG Sports Network on WEGL 91.1 FM. We're here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Furman goalkeeper Rose Holt, number 00, had to be helped off the field after an apparent leg injury. She's replaced by Maggie Gristle, number 0 for the Paladins. So, Jared, subtract a 0, and you have the new goalkeeper for Furman.
Can you subtract by 0? Like, is that a thing?
Ball played in. First action of the day for Maggie Gristle. Catch, save there. Whistle blows. Maggie Gristle will kick it in.
And Maggie Gristle, she does have a win under her belt. She's played 75 minutes. But you got to think, Auburn, they now have 25 shots. That pressure, will it get to her? She hasn't played as much as Rose Hole.
Good point made there, Jared. Maggie Gristle's getting inserted into a game where, you're right, 25 shots have been taken, so she knows that she needs to be prepared and ready to go right away. Yet another corner kick coming for the Tigers.
And talk about being prepared. She's being thrown straight into the fire. What a corner kick by Auburn. You got to know, they're looking for it. They're going to be looking for that goal right here, right now. What about 25 minutes to go in the game?
Taylor Troutman will take the corner kick for the Tigers. She plays it into the middle of the box. Courtney Shell's there. Headed just past wide. Whistle blows. Officials are calling something here. We're trying to get word of the call. It appears to be another corner kick coming for the Tigers.
And Kayla Faulkner, she was right there, and she's just kicking herself. Why wasn't she closer?
And there is a big round of applause here from this Auburn crowd. Casey Ramsier is substituted back into the game for Logan Beal. She high-fives her twin sister Brooke, and she is ready to get back to the action, back playing. Samantha in front of the goal for the Tigers. Ball comes in. Oh, just wide. Corner kick coming. Claire Sullivan came across the field for Furman and knocked that one out of play.
And this is going to be the third corner kick in about a minute. And the last thing Furman wanted was Casey Ramsier coming back, and now you have to deal with the Ramsier sisters out there.
War Eagle from the audience. Corner kick comes in just over the bar. Kristen Dotson tried to find a way to score there. Maggie Gristle will have her first goal kick of the day for the Paladins. 23 minutes to play here. Auburn 1, Furman nothing.
Maggie Gristle had her back against the wall for about a minute and a half, and she came out unscathed. The score is still 1-0.
Maggie Gristle plays the ball in. Kayla Faulkner with it. Touches it back to Sarah LeBeau, and LeBeau is getting ready to start an Auburn attack. Back to Faulkner now, up to Courtney Shell. Shell entering the center circle, plays it up ahead. She has Leak, and she has Taylor Troutman. It's back to Shell, over to Kiana Clark. Clark now with the ball, running towards us, up ahead to Casey Ramsier. The shot is blocked, pass is blocked, by number 14, Rachel Shaw for the Paladins. Ellie Leak with the ball now on the attack as Alice Block to her left. Pass up ahead to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier now with the ball. Takes a shot. On goal. Scores! Casey Ramsier just reinserted. She was helped off the field earlier. Seconds back onto the field for her. She has herself a goal. Her third on the season. She had 2 against UAB on Friday night. What a play. What a through ball pass up ahead by Ellie Leak. Leak had that assist earlier to Hannah Alsbach. And Jared, our score is now 2-0 in favor of the Auburn Tigers.
And it seems like Casey Ramsier is the kryptonite to Furman's defense. She came in with a cape on and just scored that goal like she was Superman.
I love that analogy, Jared. What a way to describe that goal. Furman is definitely defeated here. So Rose Hole had a goal scored on her in the 7th minute. Now 22 minutes to play. Casey Ramsier gets the ball just past Maggie Gristle, and it's 2-0 in favor of Auburn.
If the SEC is looking for a defensive player of the week, just go ahead, break the rules, and just name Auburn's whole defender unit defensive player of the week. They've played lights out today and the whole season. They're playing as a unit. They're playing as one.
You're right, and ever since Samantha Solaru's injury earlier in the first half, Auburn has chosen to go with a 3-defender back line instead of the 4, including Solaru, that we're accustomed to. And these 3, and Hannah Alsbach, Kiana Clark, and Kayla Faulkner, have definitely stepped up. Kristen Dotson passes it over to Taylor Troutman. Troutman with the ball now in front of the box. She plays it over to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier just had that goal a second ago, up ahead looking for Leak. Leak was unable to get the ball. Leak feels that a handball should have been called off of the hands of Furman defender Emily Graves. Furman with the ball now on the attack. It's number 13, Carly Crouch, in front of us. The ball's played over to Stephanie DeVita on the far side of the field. DeVita is being double-teamed right now by Sophie Samantel and Taylor Troutman. trying to take that ball away from her. She has to play it back to Claire Sullivan on the other side of the field, looking to start something for the Paladins. Jared, after a second goal like that is scored, you know the intensity has to be stepped up, and Furman has to be extra aggressive trying to score a goal here in these last 20 minutes to have a chance of coming back and winning this game.
Furman has to be aggressive, but right back at them, Auburn's going to be even more aggressive. Auburn, they're up 2-0. There's number 16 in the nation. They know how to deal with pressure. Furman, they're going to start getting frustrated. There's 20 minutes left. They're down, and they're playing away from their home field. They got up on a way to get the ball into the net to narrow this lead.
20 minutes left here in the game, and you're right, Jared, mentioning that Auburn is ranked 16th, their highest ranking since that 2006 season. Earlier this weekend, number 8, South Carolina was upset and beat by 23rd ranked in-state rival Clemson. So if Auburn is able to hold on here, you'd think that they'd be moving up in the top 25 rankings.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Troutman inside the box now. She takes a shot on goal. Save made by Maggie Gristle off her left hand. The ball rolls out of play. Sophie Samantel was able to stop it, actually, before it rolled out of play. She then kicks it out, and Furman will have a throw-in right in front of us. Kristen Baker looking for an opening teammate, trying to throw the ball in and resume play. Sophie Samantel whistled for a foul, though. Samantel has been very aggressive, like we mentioned earlier, Jared, in this game.
These women, you might as well just put some football pads on them and let them play for the guys next Saturday against Louisville, because they're putting it on Furman. Kristen Samantel is showing her best WWE moves. I don't know if she knows she can't do that, but she's going to do it anyway.
Definitely, definitely. Quinn Lombard will kick it in for Furman. Lombard plays it up ahead, looking for a Furman teammate. Kayla Faulkner is there to stop it. Faulkner now kicks it high up into the air. Dotson and Leak are waiting for that ball to come down. Baker was able to get ahead on it, and the ball is rolling harmlessly out of play. It will be an Auburn throw-in coming. Sophie Samantel running over to get that ball and throw it into play.
Number 4, Willow Davis, and number 20, Natalie Lakey.
And it's like Furman's making some substitutions, and so is Auburn.
Logan Beal and Charlotte Van Ishoven, you're right, Jared, are being substituted in for the Tigers. Kristen Dotson and Taylor Troutman, who have both been very effective forwards for the Tigers today, are getting a quick breather.
And the Tigers are reaching into the lineup, and they're pulling out some fresh legs. Their lineup is just so deep.
Such a young team, Jared. 11 freshmen on this roster, but you combine that with the veteran experience they have in the Ramsier twins, in Kayla Faulkner, in Kiana Clark in that back line of defense. You have to like what the Tigers have to offer in terms of their depth chart this season.
And that depth is going to take them a long way, especially when you get later in the season when the legs start getting tired. Auburn, they're going to be a threat in the SEC this year and for years to come, especially if they keep bringing in freshmen like these.
And this Tiger team was picked to finish 7th in the SEC this season, and several players addressed that before the season and frustrated because they felt like they should have been ranked a little bit higher. They're out to show those SEC voters that they should have been ranked. Allsbach with the ball now on the far left side of the field. She had that goal earlier in the game. Tries to cross it over to Van Ishoven, was unable to do so. Ball played, tried to be cleared out by Kristen Baker, who kicked it actually off of Van Ishoven's head. That ball went out of bounds behind the net, so Maggie Gristle will have her third goal kick of the game.
And we got to think, Maggie Gristle just coming in, and she gave up a goal. She has to be feeling shaken right now, especially with Auburn. Shots after shots after shots.
30 shots, Jared, have been taken so far. 10 in the second half, 20 in that first half. Auburn definitely being very aggressive and trying to score more goals here in the last part of this game. 17 minutes to play. Our score, Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Casey Ramsier and Hannah Allsbach with the 2 goals for the Tigers today.
And you brung up the shots. Auburn has 30, and with about 17 minutes left, they're only 4 shots away from tying their 34 against High Point in 2012. which is a team record.
The ball is played up ahead into the Furman attacking third. Number 13, Carly Couch had the ball there. Kiana Clark and Hannah Allsbach were defending. Clark and Allsbach kicked that ball out of play. Stephanie DeVita is running over. She will have a corner kick coming.
On the corner for Furman, number 19, Stephanie DeVita.
And Stephanie DeVita, she's looking to kickstart this Furman offense. They're looking for a goal.
DeVita, 4 of Furman's 5 goals this season in 3 games. She has not been heavily involved in this Furman offense. Credit given to the Auburn defense. Plays it in on the corner kick in front of the net. Jump save made by Sarah LeBeau. Jared, that's what you like to see out of your goalkeeper, much less a redshirt freshman, going to the ball, not waiting for the ball to come to you. When that ball is played in, we saw Sarah LeBeau very aggressively run up, jump, and catch that ball.
And that was her first action, really, of this second half, but about 15 minutes ago. She's barely breaking a sweat out there, and she can thank the Auburn defenders for that. She might as well, tonight go out and take them to dinner because they deserve it.
They have her back, that is for sure. Ball's played out of bounds now, a throw-in coming. Yellow card has actually been called and given to Kayla Faulkner, the captain. That's the first yellow card we've seen today, Jared.
And that's surprising, seeing it's been a very tough battle between these two teams. We've seen a lot of collisions. We've seen a lot of injuries. We've seen a lot of tussling. So it's surprising to finally see a yellow card come out after all that.
The ball is currently sitting on the SEC logo, left side of the field here. Furman will play it in. Claire Sullivan has the free kick for them. Another jump save made by Sarah LeBeau. The official blows his whistle. It was a collision there between LeBeau and a Furman forward. LeBeau is still able to hold on to that ball.
And Furman, you can see they're getting a little frustrated. They're playing harder. The Furman player pretty much ran straight into our goalkeeper. She's trying to get the ball in the goal. She's trying to cut into Auburn's lead, as Auburn is still up 2-0 with about 15 minutes ago.
That was number 16, Shannon Williams, the midfielder for Furman, who collided there with Sarah LeBeau and was whistled for a foul on the play. These past couple of minutes, Jared, Furman has had the ball on their side of the field very often, just haven't been able to really start an offense.
That's the most offense we've really seen out of Furman lately in this game. They're finally trying to put a little bit of pressure on the Auburn defense, but time after time, Auburn just clears out the ball. Then Furman brings it back. It's a tug-of-war going on right now. They're still playing the ball around midfield.
14 minutes left to play here at the Auburn Soccer Complex. It's Auburn 2, Furman nothing here in Auburn, Alabama. Shell with the ball now, takes a shot wide left. Maggie Gristle will have a goal kick coming. It's t-shirt toss time here in the second half. The fans are up. They're excited, looking for a t-shirt to add to this memorable day here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex.
I would stand up, but I can't feel my legs. I've been sitting here for about 4 hours.
It's a good point, Jared. We have a soccer game to call here first. That's our first concern, letting our listeners know exactly what's going on at the soccer game, but who doesn't love an Auburn t-shirt? The ball's played in. Kayla Faulkner now with the ball. Swings it over to Hannah Allsbach. Allsbach at midfield, up ahead to Ellie Leak. Leak plays it over to Courtney Shell. Shell now with the ball on the Auburn logo, midfield, up ahead looking for Logan Beal. Unable to find her. The ball rolls harmlessly into the arms of Maggie Gristle.
And still, late, what, about 13 minutes ago, it's still pretty humid out here, especially for these players. I haven't seen Albie anywhere in the stands lately. He probably found an air conditioning unit, and he's just standing right next to it.
That would not surprise me at all, that's for sure, Jared. 12 minutes to play here. Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Kayla Faulkner with the ball now. Auburn defender who's been all over the place for the Tigers this afternoon and really this whole season, Jared. It's definitely going to be up to her to captain this Auburn defense and make sure that they are very successful.
And not only captain the Auburn defense, But Auburn, they have a couple of injuries. A couple of people have went down. They have to start rallying around their captains. The captains have to pull this team together. But as we said earlier, their depth on their roster is going to help them.
Ellie Leak with another through ball up ahead, looking for Logan Beal and Taylor Troutman. That is unable to find them. Furman defender passes it back to Maggie Gristle.
Maggie Gristle kicking it deep over to Auburn's side, but Auburn playing the ball well.
Sophie Samantel now with the ball on Furman's half of the field. Plays it over to Brooke Ramsier. Brooke up ahead to Logan Beal. Logan Beal right in front of us. Tried to get it back to Brooke Ramsier. They weren't on the same page. A steal made there by Furman, number 17, Quinn Lombard. Lombard now will throw it in for Furman.
And they're going to make some substitutions right now.
Number 29, Gianna Montini, has been subbed in for the Auburn Tigers. Montini, that 5'7" midfield freshman from San Diego, California, Torrey Pines High School.
And the clock's still rolling, just under 11 minutes, as Furman's going to throw in the ball.
Off the face of a Furman player over to Shannon Williams, trying to start something for this Furman offense. That went off the face of number 4, Willow Davis, who seems to be okay. She's back in the action, running around looking for the ball. Davis now has the ball. It was knocked out of the way by Ashton Brock, number 10 for Auburn. Brock now with the ball. She has teammates with her up ahead. Van Hoosen trying to hawk down that ball. Out of play. Auburn throw-in coming. Ashton Brock looks to throw it in for the Tigers. 10 minutes here left in the game. 2-0 Auburn.
And now for Furman. They have to get their defense together. They have to stop Auburn. If they're going to win this game, they have to put some points on the board quickly. And it looks like Maggie Gristle will have some time to rest as Furman's going to throw in the ball.
It appears that a Furman player has gone down with another injury. Furman athletic trainers are walking over to make sure that she is okay. This Furman player is on the far side of the field. We're unable to make out her number, but it looks to me to be number 9, Emily Graves, that's being tended to.
And she's taking a knee. It could be a cramp. It could be a small sprain in her ankle or her knee.
9 minutes, 47 seconds here on the clock left in the game. Play resumes. Furman throw-in taken away by Auburn midfielder Courtney Shell. Shell plays it back to Montini. Montini just got her first touch of the day, being inserted into the lineup for the Tigers. Montini has the ball yet again, looking for a teammate. Montini plays it back to Kayla Faulkner. Faulkner over to Clark. Clark with the ball now on Auburn's midfield logo. Over to Samantel. Samantel chasing the ball. She has Beal in front of her and Casey Ramsier to her left. Ramsier plays it over to Logan Beal. Logan Beal now on the right side of the field, looking for a teammate, trying to cross it in. 2 defenders on her back. Defended well by Quinn Lombard right there. Logan Beal still with the ball, trying to spin around Lombard. Plays it out off the foot of Lombard. We have a corner kick coming.
Corner kick for the Tigers to be taken by number 22.
22, Logan Beal seems to be taking the corner kick for the Tigers. It actually is a throw-in very close to the corner there of the field. They say it went out on the side, not the baseline that would have awarded Auburn a corner kick. Logan Beal tossed it in to Sophie Samantel, who kicked it out of play. Maggie Gristle will have a goal kick coming. 8 minutes to play here at the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Auburn looking for their first 4-0 start since 2006.
And Furman slowly but surely is starting to see the game slip away from them. They don't have much time to get down there and score twice.
Definitely. 8 minutes is doable, Jared, but they need to have their foot on the gas and keep ramping things up in hopes of trying to find 2 goals to tie the game and send this one to overtime.
And it doesn't help when Auburn's stout defense has still not allowed a goal this year.
That's right. That definitely, if this score remains, will be another storyline heading into next week. The first 4 games, 2 weeks of play, Auburn's defense has yet, and Sarah LeBeau, got to give a lot of credit to her, the SEC Defensive Player of the Week, has not allowed a goal to be scored.
She has not, and she's been pretty much lounging back there. As you see, she's playing far up out of her box. Just going to sit there with her hands on her hips, and you know what? She can do that because Auburn's defense, they're not going to let the ball get right up to her like
Number
that.
23, Brooke Ramsier, sporting a pink headband today, will be taking the corner kick for the Tigers. She plays it into the center of the box. Furman defenders are all over that one, knocking it out. Kayla Faulkner has the ball now at the top. Up ahead to Maggie Gristle, into the hands of Maggie Gristle. 7 minutes left to play.
And Furman, Maggie Gristle is going to take the kick. It's going to go over to Auburn's side. Looks like Auburn's going to knock it back over to Furman's side. And the offense is back going.
Casey Ramsier and Logan Beal playing back and forth, give and go. They tried to work that one out, unable to do so. Number 5, Claire Sullivan, played that back to Maggie Gristle. Gristle kicks it up ahead. Kiana Clark with the ball now. Passes it over to Montini. Montini just inserted to the Tigers lineup. The freshman out of San Diego, California. Back to Brooke Ramsier. Ramsier over to Samantle now. Samantle back to Kiana Clark. Clark up ahead to Montini. Montini standing in the center circle, dribbling the ball, trying to find an open teammate. Stolen there by a Furman defender. Furman with the ball now. Trying to start something, Jared. You can tell that that sense of urgency they have. A foul has been awarded. Auburn will have a free kick coming. 6 minutes to play. Auburn 2, Furman nothing.
And you talk about a sense of urgency. It's really starting to settle in for Furman, and you can see it on their face. They're a little winded out there toward the end of the game. There's about 6 minutes left, and Furman, they're feeling the heat, literally and physically.
It has cooled off a little bit, but you're right, Jared. A very hot, very humid day here in Auburn, Alabama. 5.5 minutes to play. Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Maggie Gristle punts the ball back into play. And Gianna Montini heads that ball back over to Casey Ramsier. Logan Beal with the ball now in midfield. Back to Montini. Montini up ahead to Courtney Shell. Shell has Samantle to her right, decides to keep it herself, looking for a teammate. She has Ashton Brock to her wide left, over to her. Ball is kicked, knocked out of play.
And we're not going to get that ball back.
Ball went well out of play over the Auburn scoreboard, and you're right, Jared, over the big fence.
Play for the Tigers, number 13, Ellie Leak.
Ellie Leak and number 17, Taylor Troutman, are being reinserted into the Tiger lineup.
And that's just another example of how deep this roster is for Auburn. Fresh new legs, about 5 minutes to go in the game. It's looking like Auburn's starting to set up that team for their next victory.
Sophomore defender Kelly Detmer getting her first action for Furman here today, being inserted into the Paladins lineup. Leak with the ball now inside the box. Plays it up ahead. Stolen, though, by number 27, Virginia Poe. Up ahead to number 22, Jamie Alexander. Alexander swings it over to her Furman teammate. Tried to find number 23, Melanie Rankin, who is racing across the field. Unable to do so. Kelly Detmer gets her first touch of the day.
And Furman trying to show some offense right now.
Detmer plays it into the middle of the field looking for Alexander, but there were 3 Auburn defenders right around her. Did not let that play develop and go anywhere.
No, and just like that, Furman has some offense going again.
Virginia Poe with the ball now, trying to get past Kiana Clark. Clark and Samantle come over, double team, and are able to take that ball away. Logan Beal with it, swings it over to Brooke Ramsier, who swings it to her twin sister, Casey, and over to Montini, back to Casey Ramsier. Ramsier leading an offensive attack now for Auburn. Montini up ahead, headed away by number 12 for Furman, Hannah Froats.
And just like that, Furman, whatever offense they had is just gone. And that's just been the story of the game so far for Furman. with only 4 shots taken. Like the offense has just been non-existent compared to what we've seen so far.
Less than 3 minutes to play here in Auburn, Alabama, the Auburn University Soccer Complex. Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Montini with the ball now. Over to Samantel. Samantel right in front of our broadcast booth. Up ahead to Logan Beal. Beal plays it over to Ellie Leak. Samantel with the ball. Back to Kiana Clark. Auburn seems to be trying to dribble out the clock here. Jared pass it back and forth. They're ready to end this one and look at, and turn their attention over to Sanford, their game on Friday night.
Oh, definitely. Auburn is looking to run out the clock here. They have a nice padded lead, 2-0, or it may be 3 in a second.
Casey Ramsey tried to cross it in. She had Logan Beal inside the box. The cross was wide, unable to do so. Logan Beal has the ball now on the far right side of the field. The ball is knocked out of play by a Furman defender. Logan Beal will have to throw that one in almost on the far right corner of the field. Logan Beal has Leak and Troutman in front of her. It's Ellie Leak with the ball, trying to get a corner kick. She plays it over to Beal. Beal with the ball. Kind of cornering it in there, wanting to get a corner kick for their team. Leak has the ball now once again. Whistle blows, the ball is deflected. And Auburn has either a corner kick or a throw-in. It appears to be a throw-in. We have a cameraman blocking our view from here.
And Furman has to think. It was only a minute 17 left in the game. It's pretty much done that Auburn has won this soccer game.
Coming in for the Paladins, number 14, Rachel Shaw. Shaw started the contest for Furman. A minute to play. Maggie Gristle boots the ball up ahead, headed by Montini. Less than 1 minute to play here in Auburn. A series of about 7 headers went back and forth between both teams before Montini was able to make a slide tackle on the play and award Auburn possession.
And that Furman player who went down looking very upset that nothing was called. This game has been aggressive from the get-go, as you've seen.
35 seconds left to play here in Auburn, Alabama. Your score, Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Kiana Clark swings it over to Kayla Faulkner. Faulkner back to Clark now. Up ahead to Brooke Ramsier. Brooke Ramsier looking for Logan Beal. Beal now. Sophie Samantel had a foot on the ball. Number 23 for Furman has the ball in the far left corner of the field, being defended by Samantel and Kiana Clark. Kiana Clark just took the ball away. 10 seconds remaining here. Less than 5 seconds.
And Auburn's going to walk away with the win right here as the clock hits 0.
The clock has hit 0. You're right, Jared. Auburn has won this game. Auburn 2, Furman nothing. The players are shaking each other's hands. The fight song is being played. And I tell you what, Auburn is off to an impressive 4-0 start.
The 4-0 start, they have to be feeling good, especially that they have 2 more non-conference games against Sanford and Old Dominion before heading over to Missouri September 11th. They're on a roll. This defense still has not let a goal be scored on them. Sarah LeBeau pretty much could sit back and have a nice day today. I'm pretty sure she got a nice tan today.
Yeah, Sarah LeBeau, not a lot of action. Sarah LeBeau has still yet to allow a goal to be scored on her. Auburn has outscored their opponents today, 8-0, 8-0, 2-0 our final score here. Storylines going into next week's non-conference would definitely be trying to figure out exactly what's going on with Abby Meadows and Samantha Solaroo, 2 girls that were injured and had to leave this game, along with Haley Gherkin, who had to sit out of today's contest after an injury she suffered on Friday night.
Auburn has to deal with a lot of injuries, but like we said, that depth, that roster, those 11 freshmen, they're going to come into play. They're going to be the key for this Auburn team going forward the next couple of games. And you know what? They are ready. They're ready to play. They're ready to step up. They're ready to help this Auburn team. And hopefully Auburn breaks to the top 15 in the next polls that come out.
We will be on the lookout for the newest polls to be updated this week to see where the Auburn Tigers rank. Our final score here, Auburn 2, Furman nothing. Casey Ramsier, Hannah Allsbach scoring those 2 goals for the Tigers. That wraps up our broadcast. For Jared Dillard, I'm J.J. Jackson. Evan Blank was in studio for us for the halftime report. Thank you for listening, and good day.
This has been Auburn Women's Soccer, an Auburn IMG Sports Network presentation. Until next time, this is WEGL 91.1.